Welcome to Your Life in Film. Joining me this week is Heather Drain, or Mondo Heather as she's known online. Heather is a writer and curator of esoteric culture. I met Heather on the wonderful Caliber 9 from Outer Space. We were on the episode of Tapeheads and Night Patrol. I got on with Heather very quickly and I thought, this woman, she gets it. So I thought I'd quickly get her on my podcast. Anyway, we talk about absolute nonsense, but starting with my cat. When we moved into this house, the guy who lived here before us sort of said, like, hey, we're moving into a rental place. Do you mind, like, taking ownership of the cat, like, while we're in the rental? And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Like, I knew the person who I bought the house off, so I knew the cat.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take Bumble. And I think within about 2 months, I was like, I don't know if they're ever going to get this cat back because he's my cat now.
Right, the bonding that happened.
Then after 6 months, they were like, he seems happier at yours. Do you mind keeping him? And I was like, I guess I will. But yeah, like I, it was beautiful just having a 10-year-old cat. Just here is cat.
Oh, perfectly. Yeah. No, we've never, every animal we've had, Presto was kind of a kitten when we got him, but we had the intention of getting a full-grown cat. Like when the shelter we had gone to, the cat we were going to get was 2 or 3 years old. And she had gotten adopted out and he was it. And the minute I held him, he just kind of did the snuggle thing, and I am such a mark. It's ridiculous. Like, thank God stray animals don't end up in our area too often. Cause, I'd be like Saint Francine of Assisi or something over here. But typically we've always, like, Brody was 3 when we got him. Like, I love puppies and kittens, but typically they find homes really easily. Because most people want a baby. They don't want an older animal. So I've always been just at the mind of, like, I'd rather just get one that's, a perfectly awesome animal that isn't a baby.
100%. Going forward, I would never get a brand new animal. I would want,
a
I want one that's bedded in. Yes. Oh, yeah, gently used. Not worn out. Because,
exactly.
It'd be horrible.
Oh,
no, my parents got a dog from Bosnia, if that's still a country.
Right.
It was like a street dog. And it was they were sort of saying, like, oh, we want to do something good by getting a street dog from Bosnia. And I was like, there are street dogs here. There's lots of dogs that need homing here. But you're actually just bringing another into the country. I was like, that's almost worse, Mum. And she was like, shut up.
You're not welcome home for the holidays now.
I mean, I'll tell you, that dog, like, they've had it for about 4 years now. For the first 6 months to a year, he was a vicious little cunt. Like, he was horrible. And, like, I'm the biggest in my family. Like, the rest of my family are old and frail or thin and frail. Mm-hmm. I'm, like, 6 foot and, like, broad. So when a dog's like, oh, I'm being tough, I'm just like, fuck off. Like, I don't care. But everyone else was just like, he bit me! And it's just like, fucking hell. Why have you got this dog? So, yeah. Idiots.
Oh my God. Also, I can't decide what I want more as a band name, the Bosnian Street Dogs or Vicious Little Cunt.
I feel like Vicious Little Cunt is supporting Bosnian Street Dogs.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, this is for people who think
write these words down.
Write it down. Ammo and the Sniffers are way too mainstream. Go for the Bosnian Street Dogs.
They are definitely those people that are like, oh yeah, you still listen to Amel.
Yeah. I know. I don't know, like, if you're into heavy metal.
I am.
Perfect. So have you run into the metal, like a heavy metal gatekeeper? I'm sure you have. Because I feel like metal's got a lot of gatekeepers. Where I had a friend who meant well. He wasn't actually intentionally trying to be, rude, but I mentioned something about liking a Cradle of Filth song, and you would have thought I called Bon Jovi black metal. Like, oh my God, the the disgust and outrage on his face was, I can still see it. Yeah.
I always love to judge it whenever I sort of say to people like, oh, I'm into like hardcore, like metal and stuff. They're like, oh, like Metallica. And I'm like, sure. If that's what you're considering hardcore metal, I'm talking about bands like Converge, Neurosis.
Oh
like,
God, I love them. I need to listen to more Neurosis. I've heard the stuff they did with Jarboe from the Swans. And I thought that was great. Nice. I love her. Now, Metallica haven't really been hardcore metal since like '85. Genuine.
They were pop. They were pop until about 2000s.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, they've got bangers. They've got hits on hits.
I say that with no hatred. I mean, to me, anything, genres, there's genres we love, but I mean, people sometimes get a little too precious about these things.
They get far too precious.
Yeah.
And, when people would say those things of like, oh yeah, well, can you even name the members of the band? I'm like, nah, I can't. Because I listened to the song, liked it, and then moved on with my life.
Yeah.
There was nothing about that band that made me need to get more information. I was like, if you want in-depth stuff about, I don't know, The Damned, I might be able to go a bit further, or you know what I mean? It's that kind of I might be able to give you some more, but I like to think it doesn't need to be analysed. We were meant to go see Swans. We were meant to go see Swans just before lockdown, like in 2020.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And we were both way excited about it because it was a seated gig.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, I love that they just know that their audience is all pushing 40. And they're just like, you just want to sit down, don't you? Yes, please,
oh my God. Yeah, that... that's so...
Time is money.
Yes. Oh my God. As they... All right, everybody, we're going to do an encore. Who here remembers Raped by a Slave? Who here remembers that? Yeah. Get the lighters out. Yeah.
Honestly. I went to go see Portal a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. The Aussie, death metal band.
I've heard the name. I'm not super familiar.
I think I'm too old for death metal. I think it's got to that point. Because 3 hours of just... And I was like, that might be a bit much for me. I might have to listen to some K-pop Demon Hunters on the drive home.
Oh my God. My problem with a lot of death metal is I love a lot of the actual music. I'll start hearing a song and I'll hear the music and I'm like, this is fucking great. It's heavy. It's beautiful. Yes. I'm engaged. And then all of a sudden you hear that, and it's like, whoa, okay. It takes me out, man.
Just give me instrumentals. Every time they put a song on, I was like, this sounds sick. And then the lead singer would start. I guess he does. Can you do the Doom sort of but in an Aussie accent because they're Aussies? So it was like, oh no, like that.
No, okay, that I could get behind. I kind of like that.
You see what rock can do for us.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah. No, because I'm trying to think. I wish more of these bands would take influence by, because I love Merciful Fate. I love King Diamond, but I love the fact that he has such unique vocals. Nobody sings like that guy. And to me, I actually think his voice sounds a lot more eerie than somebody just going like that. It's just because to me it's because
it's so one note.
Yeah, it's one note, and it's I don't even know. You guys could be singing about a sandwich or Satan or Satan's sandwich. It's it's just that where King Diamond, you know what he's saying, and it's did he just call that nun a cunt? Oh my God, what are you doing, sir? She had it coming. Yeah, and then is he singing about sex with the dead? This is awesome. I do love King Diamond, but to me, it's he sings like a fallen angel, which makes it kind of more evocative, as opposed to just I don't know. I mean, I could take a little bit of Cookie monster vocals, but it's very tiny doses. It just doesn't. It doesn't do a lot for me. It's such a
I listen to a lot of like I said, Converge and all that kind of stuff, and that's all screamy. but I consider the screaming to be another instrument. So if I can't quite get what they're saying, that's fine, because it has inflection, it has tone, it has everything I want it to have. So that it's just another part of the soundscape that is their songs. Whereas with Doom, it completely washes it, or death metal, it just completely washes it over. And then you're just like,
yeah,
I was there with you and then I've lost it. But yeah, like King Diamond, it's like, that's a much better representation, because I think it has that sort of, like, real... It's great.
As a squirrel just explodes behind you.
Yeah. That new kitten in the other room just cries.
No. Oh my god. Like, damn it, somebody's impersonating King Diamond, I could tell.
When Henry was a puppy, we would play Sabbath's first album, like, just
so
quietly in the background, so he knew. Just so you know, man, we're into this shit.
Oh my god, yeah. See, I love it that you've invoked The Damned and Sabbath. Those are two of my favorite bands ever.
Well, there we go.
Love. I still need to get The Damned's new album. Like, they have that new album that's the kind of Brian James tribute album. The track list looks great. I know it's all covers of songs that meant a lot to Brian, which I think is really beautiful.
That's nice. I saw that they're supporting... Who are they supporting? There's a band that's like doing a tour, and I wasn't that fussed about the band that was touring, but it was either, depending on the gig, it was either The Damned or oh my god, Jesus and Mary Chain. No.
Oh wow.
No.
I didn't.
No. No, it's not. It's not Jesus and Mary Chain. Who is it?
There are worse bands. The Damned are amazing, though. Yeah, we, my husband and I used to joke because sometimes people don't do this anymore, but we have family be like, are you guys ever going to have kids? And we're like, we got cats. Like, we're good. And
yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. And then I told him, I said, we should see if, like, Captain Sensible will let us adopt him. Because, like, I would be down with having, like, our child being a grown-ass adult.
Yeah.
who doesn't live with us.
Oh, this is just they're our kid. What of it?
Yeah, this is our son, and plus I love Captain. So I'd be proud, even though he's older. He's a lot older than me, but
I mean,
it's okay.
Spiritually, it's
cosmically, he is my cosmic son.
Exactly. Oh, nothing. No, we always get the. Luckily, they've definitely stopped, but people would always say to Kirsty and I, just like, oh, are you going to have kids? And it's like, nah, man, we're both, like, pretty certain we're not gonna. And they're like, oh, you'll feel differently when you're a bit older. It's like, Kirsty's 40. I'm pretty sure she'd know by now.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, God. I know. It's so weird, too, because I'm always like, why are you guys so lackadaisical about such a huge decision?
Oh,
like, to bring in another human
Just
being?
Just have them. Why?
Like, this isn't a pair of shoes.
So dumb.
Yeah. Like, it's I mean, what if you fuck it up? Like, I'm barely good with plants. Like, I'm a good mother to my animals, but animals are different. Animals are way different.
Yeah.
Plus, like, when your cat or dog tells you you're not my real mother, you don't know what the fuck they're saying.
You're just like, yes, you got cute little ears. I love you.
You.
and they're just like staring you down, and you're like, who's got the scary face? And then go give them a treat. And they fuck
exactly.
Off. No, I've never got it. I tell you what, I also don't have that paternal. Like, I have it for a cat. But, like, that's about it. Like, when Henry was a puppy, for the first 2 years of his life, if someone said to me, for whatever reason, you gotta get rid of the dog, I'd be like, fuck him off then.
Oh my god.
I hate him. Like, it took so long for me to warm to him. So I feel like, for a kid, if someone was just like, well, here's your kid, and you gotta look after it until you're dead, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah, I'm good.
I like what sharks do. I like how they just have the baby and then just fuck off.
I just, that's, what's funny, you say that, because on my desk over here, I happen to have a shark and puppy.
Wait,
Do you have one too?
1 second. Yes. Where is he? Here he is.
Oh my god, dude! We're twins!
I won mine at a Dave and Buster's.
Oh my god, my pappy, he's my father, he's my stepdad, but growing up, I was a teenager, so dad just was too weird, but he got me this at a Joe's Crab Shack, which sounds like the worst name for a brothel ever. Yeah.
Oh my god, but the buffet would be outrageous.
Oh, gross. Oh my god. I don't know if this is a thing in Europe with gentlemen clubs or strip clubs, but there are some places of ill repute like that they'll offer food, and it'll be like,
we don't.
That's
to
so
my
gross.
knowledge, because I don't frequent them, because
Right.
it makes no sense to me why I would go to a place, get a rock hard erection next to my friends, and then be like, I can't wait for us to leave here and not go and have sex with anyone and just sit next to each other until these die down. Can't wait. Makes no sense to me.
See, I've always wondered about that too, because I used to have like a friend who, well, I say used to because he's no longer with us, but when he was still, but I remember we'd talk about that, and he never saw the point either. He's like, listen, if I'm that hard up, I'll either use that money to buy or rent a porn, because people still rented porn, and or I'll just get a sex worker, because at least it's honest. It's like, there's no, why am I'm sexually frustrated already. Why am I going to spend money to be more sexually frustrated?
It's like if you were hungry, you stood outside a McDonald's just to smell it, and then went like, I'm really fucking hungry now. Anyway, off I go.
How creepy that you walk by the sniffing man.
Ooh, you got 20 nugs? Got 20 nuggets? Oh, you dirty dog.
Yeah.
That filthy slut.
Yeah. That's such a good point about being with your mates too, because I'm like, what are guys gonna be like? Dude, check this boner out. Look at my dick.
You see what I got going on here?
Isn't that awesome? That's
You're like John Voight in Megaflopolis. Like, what do you think of this erection I got here?
John Voight's boner probably is a Megaflopolis. Like, that's
Nah, he's got MAGA keeping it rock hard.
Oh god,
miserable. Miserable.
Yeah. All the appeal of sour milk. Gross. Yeah, very gross.
But so strip clubs. I think I've been to 2 in my life. The first time was purely out of like I've never been to one, I should go.
Right.
And the second one was because it was a friend's like 30th or 40th birthday, and we were in Portugal, and he was like, I really want to go. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll go spend like $7 or $8 on a bottle of beer. But back when I was drinking.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this sounds rubbish. So then I would just sit there and like, they would get dancers, and then the dancers would come up to me and be like, hey, do you want to dance? And I'm just like, no. But if you need to look busy, you can pretend to be hustling me. And they were like, thank you, I'll be back in a minute. And then they would like go off, do a round, and then sit next to me and sort of chat for a bit, and then go off again. And I was like, don't worry about it, ladies.
I love that. You were an ally.
I was. I really
love
was.
that. And
if there's any,
Yeah, no, because I have full respect for for anybody who for all sex workers of any, because that's job. That is 100% seriously legit work. I've only been to one strip club, and I went out of curiosity because I was with some friends and they wanted to go, and I'm like, well, I've never been, sure, just so I could kind of say I did it, and it was fair. I don't, you know what I mean? It just kind of just seemed like just I don't know. I'm like it wasn't a very busy night, so I just felt bad because I was like super broke. I was literally just going there to be like, sure, I have enough. I was like you, like I have enough money for a very watered down drink, which I don't drink anymore either. But of course, to call what I had alcohol is a severe overstatement.
Generous,
but,
so generous, yeah.
But then it's like it was so like I felt bad, like I wanted to tip because they're working hard. There were no dances because there were different. there are weird laws in this town as far as like the women they can't touch you, like as far as having dances unless if they're serving alcohol. So, but this is Arkansas. Like things are kind of a little bit backwards in this region of the country.
Bit Jesus-y.
Yeah,
Jesus-y.
It's which is
and there was no prostitutes in Jesus's time.
Oh, right. And he definitely wasn't friends with them.
Definitely,
you heathens.
Definitely wasn't.
Yeah, Lord. So... if a lot of these religious people actually acted like Jesus did, and I'm a heathen, so I'm not saying this from any religious point, but I think I would be fine with them. I'm like, cool, you're an angry hippie that hangs out with sex workers and lepers and thieves. I'm like, fucking
my God. Like, if they were dope, I'd fucking let them be. But they're
absolutely
weird, conservatively, like, hateful. I'm repressed. I don't like that I have feelings and I have to tell everyone that they're wrong. And it's like, or just admit that you quite like blokes. It's fine.
Seriously. I'm like, nothing is good. Nothing makes anybody look like they want a rock hard penis in their orifices more than being like so worried about gay people.
Honestly, it's the weirdest thing when everyone gets like, I have some mates who are still the same way. And I'm just like, just grab one, man. You'll feel very differently. I'm sure you'll feel different.
It's just a flap of skin. Have fun. Just like...
Honestly, you've got one. Like, every hand you've ever touched has touched a penis. You're fine. Yeah. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a thought. That's a thought that you're going to take with you.
Yeah, well, that's why I have hand sanitizer. So if I'm at my day job and I have to shake hands, not everybody's good about washing their hands. I don't care that somebody's touched. Everybody's touched some sort of genitals in their life, obviously. But wash your hands if you're in public, people. It's sanitary.
There we go.
Be sanitary.
Sanitary filth. That's what I like.
Yeah.
So, your backdrop. I was going to ask you about this the last time I was on a video call for you. Do you have this, like, it looks like you could do YouTubes from here. Is this has it been set dressed for that kind of thing? Because you've got the neon lights, you've got all the other bits. Or is this genuinely just like, this is your living room or your office and you've told your partner to get out for 5 minutes while you're doing something? What's going on? Because I love it.
Oh, thank you. The only thing I have really added for sort of any sort of video visual flair are like the lights, which I need to readjust. But even then, I probably would have done it anyways. The rest of this is organic. This is just like my little office. Every place that me and my husband have lived in before was super crazy tiny, very cramped apartments. And so when we live now like in a duplex, so it's not like we live in a proper house or anything, but it gave us more space where he has a little room where he can do like his art and his writing, and I have my little office where I could do writing. And I got to kind of inherit a video editor system and so I was like, well, shit, because I love doing video. I love editing. I like shooting video. I really love editing video. And I'm like, well, this is an opportunity to kind of branch out and start doing kind of video essays, which I've done a few for some like Blu-ray releases, and I've done some for my very burgeoning YouTube channel. So.
How burgeoning? Are we like 1 episode in, 2 episodes in?
No. Actually, I did in the month of October.
Just a measly 100,000 followers.
Oh shit! I wish. Yeah, no, nothing. No, not yet. I will think positively. But no, I've done a few, and actually in October, every day in the month of October, I did a King and Queen of Halloween. I used that as kind of a chance to sort of throw a good spotlight on everything from like artists and illustrators that do dope. Really cool sort of seasonal art to actors and movies and bands, and it got a really good response. It was kind of cool just to try and that's always my kind of part of my goal with anything nonfiction, is to kind of try to expose people to cool art that they're not familiar with.
Yes, I love that idea of just either being introduced or introducing someone to something that they didn't know before. I love it.
Oh, like, same.
This podcast has been great because the amount of times that someone will say a film and I'm like, I've never heard of that. and they're like, "You've never heard of it?" They're like, "I've never heard of it," and they're like, "Oh, that makes me feel so good," and I'm like, "I'm definitely watching it," and I try and find at least one film from everyone's thing that I'm like, I'm going to have to find that and I'm going to have to watch it. And that's so much fun, just sort of being like, what is this? I've never even heard of this director. And it's like some ridiculously mainstream director that everyone else has heard of. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who is this James Cameron you speak of? Yeah.
Cameron.
Cameron.
What has he done? A Terminator. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, I want a Terminator. Did I say that right? Terminator. Okay.
Terminator. That's how I've said Terminator for quite a while now.
I'm altering my vernacular on that right now. I love that.
There's certain words that, like, Terminator and Spider-Man, as if it's like a Jewish lawyer. So I'm always like, I always be like, I'm looking forward to that new Spider-Man film. And they're like, Spider-Man? I'm like, yeah, attorney at law.
A Spider, but I might have been game for watching some of those movies if they had been approached like that. I did see the first two that were done by Sam Raimi. Yes,
they're fun. They're fine.
Yeah. I mean, the second one had Alfred Molina, which was a huge bonus because I love Alfred Molina. But after that, I was just like, I'm good. It's kind of, it's like when you try a new cuisine and you're like, that was novel.
Yeah.
I'm
no longer hungry.
No, I'm just outside restaurants sniffing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be so creepy.
That's why I can't go to strip clubs, because I'm just there like...
Yeah. Women love it when guys do that. They're like, it's a mating call.
I've been married and I've had a divorce. Women love this.
No, I love that you used your show like that. I mean, that's kind of in a way how we met, because when we both got to guest on Caliber 9 from Outer Space with the wonderful with our wonderful host, our captain, who brought us together.
He did.
And there was a movie, because you'd never seen Tapeheads.
I had never seen Tapeheads or Night Patrol.
I hadn't seen Night Patrol either until Rob had mentioned it in the previous episode I was on, and I had kind of heard of it because I love like Jackie Kong for Blood Diner, but
which I bought the Blu-ray of.
Yes. Oh my God, have you watched it yet?
I have.
What'd you think?
I preferred it to Night Patrol.
I prefer a lot of things to Night Patrol.
Night Patrol is...
it had some good gags. It had some good jokes, but they had a lot of bad jokes.
They had a lot of blackface.
Way too much blackface. Any blackface is way too much blackface, though.
You know what I'm saying? Just even if Ariana Grande's doing it, it's not okay.
Oh my God. What? God, Ariana. I can't. I don't know how you feel about Wicked. Are you being as inundated? Like you just go to the store and there's like something wicked.
There's so much wicked.
Something wicked comes this way, indeed. Like,
I wish it was something wicked comes this way.
Right?
Like, give me more Ray Bradbury. No, like, there was my buddy Sam. He is absolutely in love with Jonathan Bailey. So every time I see him, he's like, "Have you watched Wicked yet?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Jonathan Bailey's so fit in it." And I'm like, "I'm sure he is." Like, but I don't have to see Wicked to know this. I'll just watch him in that new Lost World, Jurassic World film. Right. And he is a fit man. He's a beautiful man. But I was like, I don't need to watch 4 or 5 hours of Wicked to see one guy. I've got Google.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could just do like a Google image search and get that dopamine.
Just Reddit.
Yeah. No, I try. We'll kind of get into this when we get to one of the later questions. Because I will always preface this: I hate gatekeeping, and I genuinely think even if it's something I hate, if it brings someone true joy and passion, I think that's beautiful. It's not hurting anybody. Yeah. If
someone enjoyed it, that's all that matters.
Exactly. That said, every time I see a clip of Wicked or a sequel, I recognize I'm probably not the demographic, but like I don't get it. It just looks like everything just looks too polished for me.
It looks like one of the most high-end SNL skits that I don't want to watch. You know? Like, the Deadpool films are the same. They're like, oh yeah, this looks like a real fun bit on SNL. which I won't watch because, no one does. And I'll just move on with my life. And everyone will tell me I'm missing out. And I'm like, I'm sure I am.
Yeah, I don't think we are. I really don't. I gotta say, my gut feeling on that, I don't think we're missing a damn thing.
I watched The Dentist 1 and 2 the other day. That'll do. That's what I'd rather watch. Wait,
are you talking about the horror movie with Corbin Burnson?
Yes.
Oh shit, that's a cut.
The Brian Usner.
Yes. Oh god, Did he do the second one too? I don't know as much about the second. Wow. I love Yasna. Society is one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
Yeah.
Love Society.
Like, just him, Stuart Gordon, and that Albert Pien. Like, that sort of trifecta of just like, oh, you were just making whatever the fuck you like. I love it.
It makes my heart so happy that you mentioned Albert Pien. Now, before I get to Pien, I will say I love Stuart Gordon too, and the fact that he had a theater background. Like, he actually had formed a theater company called the Living Theater, I think, or was it the Living? No, the Living Theater is Julian Beck. Organic Theater. It was the Organic Theater with his wife Carolyn Purdy, and they relocated to Chicago in the 70s. And one of the big actors that was part of that company was Tom Towles. Tom Towles is one of my favorite actors, like, ever. I love him. And most people probably are familiar with him as being Otis in Henry. Which, yeah, have you seen Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I did.
Yeah, it's brilliant, right? It's a masterpiece. Yeah. It's no fun.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone was sort of saying like, oh my God, it's so horrible. And I was like, it's not horrible. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I was enjoying it.
That's the thing. John McNaughton as a director I think he's so compelling. I think he's a great director. And that filmography is fascinating because like each film is very much its own thing. Like he's an auteur, but each film is so like, he's not afraid to do different genres. Kind of like you're talking about with Pien and Gordon and Yasna. These are guys that just do what they do and we love them for them. But the thing that makes me with Tom Towles is that, because the first thing I remember seeing him in was Henry, and he's Otis. And Otis, to be honest, creeped me way more than Henry out as a character. Otis made my skin crawl. Like
Henry is just, I don't know, there's something I can completely understand. Like, right, something's not wired right, you are killing. Cool. Right. But Otis was just like, you are a wild card. I don't know what's going on. And that to me, I can't deal with that. It's like, that's the idea. Like, a wild card is worse than a crazy person. Because a crazy person is straight up and down crazy.
And I think with Henry as a character, he has his own weird sort of morality. Yeah. Like when Otis tries to hit on his sister, he's like, Otis, don't do that. And automatically you're almost like, yeah, Henry's the good guy.
Henry is the good guy.
But he's obviously not. But compared to Otis. But then I remember years later seeing Devil's Rejects. Or no, House of a Thousand Corpses, because that's the first one. And I was like, the guy that plays Officer Wydell, I'm like, who is this very like masculine, kind of handsome man? And then it like midway I was like, oh my God, it's Tom
I know this
Towles.
guy.
And I'm like, that's
you can't trust
Otis?
him.
That's Otis? I'd say, well, no. I was just, because Tom Towles was such a distinctive looking man, but like, I'm like, God, what a brilliant actor. Because he really, despite physically being a very striking guy, can shapeshift. It really do that. I'm just like, that guy's amazing. But Albert Pien, Pien does not get enough love.
He doesn't.
Like, where's his accolades? Like, he's got so many films that aren't on DVD even.
Damn. Like,
much less like Down Twisted. Have you seen Down Twisted? Oh,
I just watched Cyborg.
Oh my God, I need to rewatch that. I haven't seen that one since I was a kid.
I read up and apparently there was his original cut was like nearly 2 and a bit hours long, and it was black and white, and it had narration, and it was essentially a Masters of the Universe like sequel, and it was like, what the
okay,
it's called Stringer or Stringers because of the thing, and I was like, what the fuck is that? That sounds sick. Like, why aren't we watching that? And then I was watching this one, like Cyborg, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty dope too. But yeah.
I love now I got to interact a little bit with him towards the end of his life on Facebook. It's not like I could have borrowed money from him or anything like that.
I'm sure he didn't have it to lend.
I had done... Probably not. Neither did I, though, so that's fine. But I had done an article on Down Twisted, because, and I need to continue this. I'd started a project dedicated to Charles Rocket, who's a great... Yeah, great.
I saw him
American
on your website,
actor.
and
yes, I love him.
I just love seeing Charlie Rocket anywhere, and then always horrified by what happened. I remember, and I'm like, oh god, that's fucking miserable. But
yeah, and that's part of the reason why I wanted, and I will kind of continue doing that this year. I kind of got sidetracked, as I often do, but because I'm like, people need to remember him for his work, and just because he's great. He's great in everything. And
Earth Girls Are Easy,
Down Twisted, right? But Down Twisted gave him a chance to be a lead, and he's phenomenal. But that whole movie, like, it's stylish. It has a fun plot. A really great cast. You get to see Tom Matthews from Return of the Living Dead as this bleach blonde, like, new wave kind of looking hitman. Like, he is very... I know. But I got a really nice message from Albert Pion about that piece, and he seemed like a doll. Yeah, he seemed like such a sweetheart. So I was really sad when he passed, because he's made some cool movies. I really like Alien in LA.
Well, Rob was trying to, Arden Caliban was trying to say, like, when are we going to next get you on for like a one-off? But he was like, do you have any old, like, have you picked up any VHS recently? And I was like, I still have Nemesis 2 and 3 I haven't watched yet. Like,
oh wow, which I haven't seen those either.
Well, I've never seen 2 and 3. But didn't he do, like, Albert did all 3 of them, didn't he?
Probably. I'm mainly just familiar with the first one.
He definitely did the first one.
It's been years, but I remember it being super cool. Like,
that Split Second and
I love
Hardwire. Split Second is so dope. I love that. Like,
so
I love
good.
that era of sci-fi where it was all just sort of like, this is just essentially the 80s, but a bit fancier.
Okay, please make that. You need to do an article or something on that and call it that. It's a like, just like the 80s, but a bit fancier. Like these 3 science fiction films.
Yeah, what I consider a bit fancier is
a bit fancy.
It's a bit fancy, you know what I mean? Just
I've never ever heard anybody refer to fucking Hardware as a bit fancy.
Hey, come on, it's a bit of a fancy
I love Hardware. Like, and the fact that, like, it has Carl McCoy from Fields of the Nephilim in it, like, because I love Fields of the Nephilim, and it makes sense though, because Richard Stanley did do the music video for their song Preacher Man, which is a great video. Yeah, great song.
God, he definitely did. He did the first 4 Nemesis films.
There are 4?
There are.
God damn.
Wow. Wait, he also did Cyborg Nemesis: The Dark Rift, which is a feature-length film that's rated 8 out of 10 on IMDb, so you know it's good. I believe there's like 5 or 6 Cyborg films. No, Cyborg films. Nemesis films. Yeah.
That is insane. Well, I would have. That's insane. I would have lost that bet.
Yeah, I would have said 4 maybe, but no chance. But I am. I think I'm going to go on Rob's show again and.
Yes, we love Rob.
Do those 3, the first 3 films for sure.
Oh, that'll be fun.
On VHS, because
it's proper.
It's how it's meant to be.
Like, I don't think there's any Blu-rays or DVDs.
The first one's on Blu-ray. I have the first one on Blu-ray. Yeah. And I think there's a box set of all of the others. Like, you get a disc for the first one, and then a box set for all of them. And I was like, well, who knows if they're going to be any good. And then I found the VHS for like a couple of bucks in a second-hand place in town. And I was like, well, I'll get these.
Nice.
Like, that's how it should be. So
yes, yeah. I always love it when you get a used VHS that still has the sticker of like whatever rental shop had it.
Yeah, I like that.
That always feels like a nice little extra sort of win.
Or like, I picked up these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles VHS the other week.
I was eyeballing those, yes, really and it's nice hard.
Oh, well, that's the beauty. Like in the UK, they're all hard shells. Like I have one that's a slip cover, and it was from my father-in-law, and I was like, I didn't even know we did them in slips. Like, all of ours are hard shells. And, but yeah, I found these, and it's always like when there's like a kid's name written on it, because it's their tape, and I'm like, sick, someone loved this video.
Oh, I love it. I've never seen that with movies. I found that with records, like, 'cause I have a lot of used vinyl.
Same.
So, and in fact, a friend of mine used to give me a hard time because I have a album called Sounds of Terror. And somebody named Toby had previously owned that, and so my friend Scott used to be like, "Toby's gonna come back for it someday.
He's gonna get you. They're coming to get you."
Like,
no, I've got a Beatles album which I got off my dad, and it's a Rubber Soul, and it's one of the original 2-week pressings where it's like mixed just too loud. And it's it's quite a rare, if you're going to get Rubber Soul on vinyl, that's the one that collectors go for because it's that. But there's the name Fiona written on the back. And I said to my dad, like, who's Fiona? And he was like, I don't know, maybe a girlfriend, maybe not. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, I must have just borrowed the record. I don't remember her. And I never gave it back. And I was like, no, piece of shit, aren't you, Dad?
Justice for Fiona.
She's had plenty of time to ask for it back.
She had a crush on your dad, and he's like, "Oh, can I borrow that?" And she's like, "Yes,
of course, Bobby."
Yes. And then like your dad just ghosts her, like, "Deuces,
I'll see you later, bitch," and then just be out.
Oh my god!
No, my dad is an ex-hippie, so there's no way that he would have been like that. But yeah.
He had good taste, though. If he was kind of hippie listening to Rubber Soul, that's good.
Dad's more like, I'm surprised Dad had Rubber Soul, because Dad's more of a Stones, that kind of stuff. Like,
oh wow, okay,
yeah, like Dad's more into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like he learnt the flute because of like Jethro Tull or something. He was like, I got to learn it because that sounds sick. So like, that's the kind of stuff my dad's into, like that bluesy rock, but like more rock and rolly stuff. I don't know. It's good.
Right. No, that is cool. That's is that the kind of music you got to grow up a lot hearing?
Yeah, that and sort of like Jimi Hendrix, a lot of like 60s, 70s rock, The Doors, all that kind of stuff. And then I probably got to about a teenager, and because I'm of that perfect age group where things like The Offspring were like, and Slipknot were just starting to get like, just here's music that's like popular, and it's like, oh, sick. I like this pop punk stuff, and I like this sort of like metal stuff. This sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I was into that for a while, and then my friend Rich Fox, who's a horror writer, he and I used to be cinema projectionists together, and he was the person that really was like, have you listened to White Zombie? Have you listened to Converge? Have you listened to like... And then most of the music that I now sort of have stemmed from, like, it's because of him. And yeah, like Life of Agony was a big band that I like got into because of him as well. So yeah. Oh
man, that's so cool. Music, I've been very lucky because growing up, the first like probably 12 to 13 years of my life, it was pretty much just me and my mom. Like, she was a single mother, and she is, I mean, to this day, still very much a big reader. So I grew up with a lot of literature, a lot of music, and a lot of, as much film as we could get. I mean, this was early mid 80s, so a little bit like video store trips, but those were kind of a treat because we were pretty poor, but just as much as what we could ever get. And the thing is, like, that always amazes me is that she's always been a bit of an omnivore with music, which is super cool, but she's rigid in other ways, because like I remember in my teens, and see, when I was in my teens, I actively, when you said Offspring, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when they hit, because because I remember that being a very big band. I like some of their stuff, but as a teen, I got more into like old punk, like old school punk. I got into glam rock. Like, I was obsessed with Roxy Music.
Oh, nice.
I got into the Tubes. I got into the Residents a little later on.
Brian Ferry was once in the town I live in, right? And,
oh shit!
Yeah, and because his son went to the school, not that I went to, but his son went to like the private school that is in the town I live in. And like one morning I was just walking through town really early and I just looked at this guy and I was like, that looks like fucking Brian Ferry. And he just kept looking at me and then turned to keep looking at me because clearly I had said loud enough, like, that looks like God. Brian Ferry. And I think he was going to be like, I am Brian Ferry. And I was like,
oh shit.
I'm going to have to keep walking.
How many people look like Brian Ferry? Like, legit.
Yeah.
That's a very distinctive looking man. Very stylish. But I also got into like exotica music from like the 50s and 60s. Like I was a very weird kid. And I'm so normal now, so that's fine. Totally but I remember she really got into Metallica. And I mean, like, she was buying bootlegs off of eBay levels.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I remember once I was doing homework and I had a Martin Denny album playing, and I think it was called Exotic Night, of course. And she barreled through my room and she was like, turn that elevator music shit down. And so that's
we got the Black Album on in here, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to listen to this bootleg from Master of Puppets tour, you know. But
it's not just you that's going to fail. The god's also going to fail. Now get out of here.
That would have made that story even better if she had said that. You made that so much better. But I always love it that I feel like a lot of us who get really into art, who are very creatives, I'm always curious, like, what are the things that kind of stoke those fires when you're like a little formative person?
Because like my dad's not, well, my mum and my dad, like they're film people, like all like they love film, but they're not horror people. So horror was just not something that we were introduced to as kids. Like, so it's so weird that now I've discovered horror like as an older guy and sort of been like, oh, well, there's fucking loads here that's fucking excellent. But it just wasn't on my radar when I was younger.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, mum and dad were really into French cinema. So, like, in a non-pretentious way, we were shown just lots of, like, French films because they were fun, they were silly. Like, usually because it's French, there's, like, they're quite slapsticky, so you don't really need to know what they're saying. Like, it's funny as it is. So you just watch those kind of things over and over. And then you don't realize how that affects things down the line. How you don't realize how that's like the formative of like, oh, I understand European cinema better than I understand other cinemas because that's what I was raised on. And then when you look at like European horror, you're like, oh, yeah. Like this is following the same tropes I've seen. And there's what would be, it's a bit like South Korean films have such an odd, dark humor to them that if you're not in tune with that, you might think that they're really depressive. But actually, I find South Korean films to be hilarious because I see what the jokes they're trying to make. And it's sort of like, oh, that's okay. And that's from European cinema where everything's a bit like, oh, it's so horrible. Ooh, woe is me. And you're like, ha 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 ha. Yes, misery is funny, you know, and like those things build. And same with music. I think it's all just, you know, the derivatives. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? And now let's start from there again and see if we get to that same point. And I like that.
Right. No, I love that. I think that's such a great approach to anything creative too, is just trying to figure out like what are all the little like little genetic ties, you know, it's where did this come from? What was influence? Like something I always find super compelling about a lot of 60s hard rock and some of the most innovative drummers, like particularly like say like whether it's like Charlie Watts or my favorite Bill Ward is one of my favorite musicians period ever. I'm a huge Bill Ward fan, and is that these were guys that love jazz.
Yeah, big band.
They were super informed and influenced by jazz drumming, and I love that because, you know, there's so many like people that love like, oh yeah, I love the Rolling Stones. Oh, do you like jazz? Oh, gross.
Oh,
you know,
no.
like they're like, oh, fuck that.
Why are we listening to this jazz? And I'm like, listen to that fucking driving machine behind them. Just fucking go listen to some Buddy Rich and have a little fucking word with yourself, mate. You know?
Exactly. I think a lot of times when people say they don't like something, I feel like I can't help but wonder, like, have you really been exposed?
Yeah.
Though, because it's like if like with jazz, if the only thing you've heard is Kenny G or something like that, you know, well, yeah, no wonder you don't like it.
Also, to say
I don't like that either.
Right? Like, if you were to say I don't like jazz, to me that's like you sort of going like, I don't really like vegetables, and it's like right, but I mean, aubergine tastes very different from an onion, and they're like, I just don't like vegetables, and it's like, what? That doesn't make sense. Like, because there's like in every genre of music, there's your subgenres, and that's when it gets like, I don't like very specific doom sort of stoner rock. It's too drudgy for me. I like it to sound like a machine gun is firing. That's what I like my music to sound like. But like to anyone else, someone might just hear Swans and just sort of go like, nah, I don't like any of that. And you're like, well, hold on. This is very different from other things. Like, this and Agnostic Front don't sound the same, but you're going to say you don't like either of them because I don't like any of that. And it's like, oh, you're missing out, man. You're missing out.
Well, right. That's exactly. I'm like, there's such a rich world out there of all kinds of different sounds and visuals. And it's like, why would you want to deprive yourself?
Like,
and I mean, not everything's going to be for everybody. That's fair. But I mean, you
pull four films out from behind me. You've got Peeping Tom, Paulie,
yes,
Open Water, and Oklahoma. Like, that's 4 different genres. And it's going to be great. Like, because why would I pigeonhole myself? I want to watch all of these. I want to watch everything. What have you got to offer? I'll watch it. I will say, Paulie was directed by a friend of the family, so that's why it's there. But other than that, everything else. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, God, life is a bounty if you approach it the right way. And, to me, it's just like, why? I just can't imagine just shutting your brain off like that. I mean, a lot of people do, but, that's why I can't connect. Like, if I meet somebody and I'm like, what are some bands you like? And they're just like, I don't know. I just kind of listen to a bit of everything, and they can't give me specifics. It's like, do you really listen to a bit of everything? I don't think you do. It sounds like you don't listen to a bit of fucking anything. Sounds like you listen to Taylor Swift or Ed fucking Sheeran.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, I can't.
I will say, there are things I won't listen to. Those 2 people are something I won't listen to.
But that's the thing. Those are artists that don't need us. Those people are they will have more money than we will ever have combined. They're fine. They're fine. They don't need us. Like, I'm always more concerned of like, what is this area that's not getting as much love and attention? Because to me, that's usually where a lot of the treasure kind of is.
Yeah, it's when people still give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always the way. That's why to get my sports fans out there, college football is better than NFL. Because the college guys are trying to get that NFL ticket, so they're fucking trying and working harder. The NFL guys have already got their money. They're fine. And the love goes because they've already succeeded. So you're a bit like, oh, that's not that interesting. Like, I've been going back and rewatching loads of filmmakers' first films. Because it's like, this is when you've been given your chance to go make something, and you've been given $100,000 and you've got to go make something. And what do you decide to do with that money? That's what you decide to do. Beautiful, because you're trying, you're doing things. I want to make an imprint. I want to do a thing. Nolan making the Odyssey, I got fucking 0 fucks for. Because I'm like, well done, dickhead. You've got millions. Like, you can make anything, and instead you're just going to do this, are you? All right, have fun.
Can that please be on the poster? Well done, dickhead.
You can quote me on that, Nolan.
Yes, on the 4K, it's going to say, well done, dickhead. Ted from Life About Film podcast. Like, that's you're like, look, I got a pull quote.
Hey! I almost had one of those once, and it was on, you remember the 2014 sequel of The Blair Witch?
Book of Shadows?
No, that was
came out before 2014.
Yeah, they did a 2014 like remake / sequel.
Oh, vaguely.
Yeah.
I never saw it, but I kind of vaguely remember it being a thing.
I was a film journalist at the time, so I went and saw it, and they sort of said, like, hey, because I worked for a rock radio station, they were like, oh, can we, use your quote for the poster? And I was like, yeah, cool. Let me just get because I was freelancer. I was like, let me get a clearance from my producer. And they spent far too long getting back to me that I didn't get it. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But I'm also slightly relieved because if I had got my name on a film post like that, I'd have to have that in the house somewhere. And everyone would be like, why do you have a 2014 Blair Witch poster? And I'll be like, well, I'm on it. You see that? That's me. Oh, do you like the film? Me. I don't really care about the film. You said that you thought it was a tour de force.
Oh my God. That is just sort of like the random pull quote generator, isn't it? Honestly. Like so-and-so said it's a tour de force. It's a return to form.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The scariest thing of 2020X.
Yeah.
And you're like...
It's what... There's a podcast I listen to that's about writing, and the host always says, this review's a nothing burger. Because it's not really telling you anything specific. I'm like, those quotes are usually completely not telling you anything at all.
Yeah,
about the film.
And I just love it when you learn all that sort of that code, and you look at a bus ad or something, and you're just like, oh, so it's shit. And everyone's like, but it says it's good, and I'm like, look at what it says. It doesn't say anything about it being good.
Exactly. You have to read between the lines.
Julia Roberts in a career-defining performance.
Oh, God. Oh,
is it?
I can't.
Is that a career-defining performance?
There are a handful of actors that I'm like, if they're in something, I immediately know this is not for me.
Yes.
That is one of them. Julia Roberts.
Oh, really?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow. Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt for me. Just...
Yeah. I mean, I did watch Guardians of the Galaxies because of Michael Rooker, going back to Henry.
Yeah, sure.
I'll watch Rooker in about everything. I love Michael Rooker. And James Gunn did write Romeo and Juliet.
Okay. Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was his first really big thing, was he wrote the screenplay for Romeo and Juliet, which I adore. I love Romeo and Juliet. And he worked on the script for Terra Firma, which are two of my favorite trauma films. So I have a soft spot. I always have a soft spot for James Gunn for those two movies. Does that mean I've watched everything he's done? No. I
mean, like I said, well, he also wrote the two Scooby-Doo films, so he's got a pass from me.
Scooby-Doo. I love I love Scooby-Doo the cartoon. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Like the old one. Yeah.
I was going to pick up your Romeo and Juliet. I was going to pick up the Vinegar Syndrome Romeo and Juliet with your article in it. I thought like, oh, I'll get it. And, do all of that. And then they did that thing where they're like, for $150 you get free postage. And I'm like, well, I'd get that. I'd get the 4K Tank Girl. I'd get this. And then I had like Sergeant Kabuki Man in NYPD. And I was like, all right, cool.
Oh my God. I did...
And then I said to Kirsty, like, so I'm gonna buy these 5 films. She was like, for 150 quid. And I was like, yeah. She's like, what are they? And I was like, 2 of them are Cat 3 Hong Kong films that I've never seen before, and I don't think they're going to be very good. One of them is Tank Girl, which I know isn't that good. And Sergeant Kabuki Man, which I watched once when I was like 9, and it wasn't that good. She was like, so you can spend 150 quid on 4 films aren't that good. And I'm like, I might just try and see if I can get Romeo and Juliet on eBay. So
you got to go with your heart. Yeah, I will say I do have an essay on Tank Girl. I did it on that release too. So
I should have got it.
But hey, you know what? I would never. You go with what you want to get. I have made some purchasing decisions though where I'm amazed at how supportive my husband is, because I'll be like, I pre-ordered Vampire Time Travelers, and I'm like, what? It's of course. Why would I not?
Obviously.
Would I not? It looks fun. I always get art house too. I always like to mix it up. Life variety is the spice of life. But 100%. Exactly.
Well, actually, funnily enough, I diverted those funds and I bought Demons and Demons 2 on 4K,
Oh, yay!
which you do. There's some of your work on as well, anyway. So I was like, hey, it's all worked out.
I'm infesting your home is the point here.
Bingo.
So,
Bingo.
I love, honestly though, you can't have too much Lamberto Bava.
No.
In your collection. Lamberto Bava is such a great director. That was one of the most fun things about doing that commentary prepping with Kat on that was the just diving into the Lamberto Bava stuff I hadn't seen.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, he's great. I think he's very underrated because even Demons, like people tend to be like, oh well, Dario Argento produced it. He produced it. He didn't fucking make it. Like it doesn't feel like an Argento.
It doesn't feel like an Argento film. That's what's so nice about it is that whenever I sort of see his name plastered on it, I'm like, okay, I'm not really in the mood for an Argento right now. And then I watch it and it's like, and I didn't get one. Perfect. This is wonderful. It was really nice. It was so good. What else? Oh, I had someone on the pod the other day and I had to hide a load of my films because it was Graham Humphreys who did the artwork for like Evil Dead and all that stuff. You know,
yeah. He does beautiful work.
He does some absolutely stunning work. But I had to get rid of like a load of stuff because I was like, oh, I've got videos here of your work and I've got like zombie flesh eaters over there, and I was like, I'm gonna have to hide loads of stuff. And then like I told him this, and then he was like, I can see another one right behind you, and I was like, fuck. Now I look like some fucking loser who's a massive fan. But
it's like the restraining order will be arriving to your house here in a week or two.
I think it's time that we stop this interview. No, Graham. But yeah.
Yeah. It's like, wait, Graham, where'd you go?
Please. But yeah. Well.
I imagine he was honestly quite chuffed. I think most people.
Oh, he's such a sweet, lovely man.
Yeah, that's, and to be honest, there's a different vibe I think you would get from somebody who clearly is just like a film lover. Yeah. Like yourself, who's educated and knows your shit versus somebody that's like, you know, I love you.
It's because I showed you last time, but it's the Fabio Frizzi, like, signed poster from
that is so fucking sweet. Oh.
And when I said that to him, he was like, oh, cool. So it was like, right, you like the film, you're not obsessed with my work. And it's like, yes, that's what it is.
I mean, to be honest, I think most creatives, unless you're like a big name like Argento or De Palma or somebody like that, most artists rarely get feedback unless it's like somebody bitching. So I think it's actually kind of a good thing to let people know, like, hey, that thing you did, I love it. That is a tiny can.
It's a little mixer can of ginger ale.
Look at how adorable. I was not prepared for your little Lilliputian
can of
Schweppes.
I'm Andre the Giant. This is a normal can.
You were not exaggerating when you're like, I'm unusually tall and broad for my family.
I'm a large man. All right.
No, I have a regular size. I don't have a tiny can. Like here's just it's like this like thing of like breath spray. This is my little.
That's a litre bottle. I've seen one before.
This is a.
I don't think I have anything small. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing on here that could be. Oh wait, I have a glass cigarette, which is quite small.
A glass cigarette.
Because I've quit smoking, and I wanted this to be the last one I ever bought. So.
Oh.
So I keep it on my desk as like a little like. There you go. That's That's the last one.
Good for you. I've heard quitting smoking is one of the hardest things to quit.
Because it's so bloody lovely.
I had a friend who was addicted to speed.
Yeah, that's probably easier.
Yeah, a friend who was addicted to legit speed, and he said quitting cigarettes was still harder.
It's because it's so socially acceptable. Yeah. That's the problem. Like...
That would make sense.
Like, I've dabbled and had a good time in my life, and all those things were... You just stop talking to those people, and that's that. But cigarettes, I can go to the shop, buy a pack of cigarettes, and smoke them down the street, and the only person who should tell me not to do it is me, and it's like, well, I'm a fucking idiot. So I should probably smoke. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's strange when you quit certain things, because, like, I quit drinking over 3.5 years ago.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And it's weird, because, like, when I was drinking, I felt like very few people drank. And I was like, oh God, everybody probably thinks I'm a drunk or whatever. Probably because, I mean, I was a very functional alcoholic. Like, I don't think a lot of people probably realized I was an alcoholic.
But,
But I knew,
Lines were drawn for yourself, and it was like, let's stop doing that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so when we quit, when both me and my husband quit, all of a sudden I realized, no, drinking, everybody drinks.
Oh my God, everyone drinks, and drinks far too much. Yeah,
and it was such an eye-opener, because the minute you stop, you realize, no, I am the minority now.
Yeah.
Because it's, which was kind of just blew my mind. I'm like, God, alcohol is everywhere. And
it's so weird.
Yeah, and it's very normalized,
And imagine if you were to introduce it now, if someone said, here's this little drink that makes you go a bit giggly, and it makes you be able to deal with all your problems, you'd be like, that sounds very childish.
Yeah, actually, I'd be afraid I was about to either have my organs harvested or be sexually assaulted. That sounds
like,
someone's handing you a drink. This would make you laugh. You're like,
I don't know if I want that.
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna have a cup of coffee. I'm good.
And that's the thing. Like, I wonder if I have a drink, which I'm not 100% sober, but the fact that I would say that having a drink is so rare that the stars have to align perfectly for me to think, oh, go on then, I'll have an alcoholic drink.
Right.
That it's like, it's like, how often do you have caviar? I'm not, teetotal against caviar, but I just don't have it. It's that same deal. It's just sort of like, nah, I'm all right. So the idea of like, well, if you have a drink, you'll probably forget what you watched, or you won't remember as much what you watched, or you can't really read because you'll probably forget what you read, or like, if you've drunk too much, you can't talk, or you can't like have a good time, or you might make a good joke or a good point, and you can't remember it. I'm like, well, that sounds shit, because I kind of want to be turned on if I'm doing any of those things.
Absolutely.
And then it's and by the way, if you drink too much tomorrow, you won't be able to function because like you had a good time last night. And it's like, right. So if I had a Pepsi Max and watched a film, I could wake up and I'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, I want to watch a film and I want to do something tomorrow. Then I'll get rid of the drinking. So it just became such a clear thing of just like, I don't enjoy this, and I don't particularly care that people think I'm no longer fun, because it's like, oh, actually, no, it's not. That's not boozer. Boozing's quite boring. Like, it's, I don't know. I think I do get a little bit high and mighty over drinkers.
You're turning into Henry Rollins over there.
Honestly. Fucking straight edge over it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. No, I mean, granted, I'm one of those people, I want everybody to be safe. I won't say I don't care what other people do. Of course I do. I want everybody to be safe and take care of themselves.
As long as you're safe and having a good time and no one's getting hurt, I don't care what you do. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't miss it. And especially when I recognize just like, I'm like, God, I just feel like there was a lot of time wasted, a lot of money, because that shit is not, alcohol is not cheap. I mean, even cheap alcohol realistically is not that cheap, No,
because you're paying for it in other ways. Like,
boy,
I got friends who should be in therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got some friends who 100% should be in therapy. And I'll be like, why don't you go to therapy? I can't really afford it. You go to the pub 4 nights a week. You can afford therapy.
That's like, yeah. Oof.
Just stop going to the pub. Go to therapy once a week. And I bet you won't need to go to the pub 4 times a week. Like, I've been in therapy every week for 5 years. Sometimes I don't need to say anything. Sometimes we just sit there and shoot the shit about films. And that in itself is its own therapeutic ways. But I go. That means I don't need to... Don't look at the addiction to buying films, but I don't have to, like,
Oh, yeah, Libby.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, oops.
Like, I just don't see it. It's like, if you're drinking to mask a fear or a problem and you can't afford therapy, stop drinking, go to therapy, and I bet you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I bet you'll feel so much better.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and that's the thing, too, is like, it's it's so important and vital to examine, to have that self-introspection of like why, and it doesn't have to be with alcohol, it can be with anything, you know, even just like a feeling or emotion of like, why am I feeling like this? What, you know, if I'm not happy, why am I not happy? And dude, you're worth the research. You're worth the work. I mean, nothing's gonna be fixed in a fucking day, especially anything internal. But that's okay. Like, it's the journey. Everything's a fucking journey. Just embrace it and just
that idea of not questioning anything you've ever done. It sounds so dumb because it's like, oh no. Always question. Does that still make like? Am I still happy about doing this? Do I still want to do this? I don't. Why not? Because of this. Oh, okay. All right. Like, I recognized recently that I was being quite down in my general day-to-day. And someone was like, do you know why? And I'm like, yeah, I know exactly why. And they're like, do you though? And I'm like, no, I do, because I see a therapist and I think about these things.
Yeah.
And they're like, is there anything you can do about it? I'm like, no, that's why I'm down. Because I can't do anything about it. And they're like, oh, I'm sure there are steps. I was like, I'm not the one that, like, I'm so, if I'm down, it's because my brain has finally gone, this is a no-win scenario, you're going to have to see it out. That's it. You're just going to have to wait it out. And then you'll be fine at the end of it. And it's like, okay, cool, I'll just be down until I'm out of it.
Yeah, life is not an IKEA table, okay?
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing, especially with human emotions or experience, or sometimes shit happens in our lives that it's like, you know what? Yeah, certain things suck and there's nothing you can really do about it. So you just have to just do your best with it and just move on and just see it out and get through it. And that's okay. I think we're made to feel like
fine.
Yeah, I feel like, and I don't know why, but I feel like in our culture, we're not encouraged to be kind to ourselves. Like, a lot of us are taught manners to other people, which are good. I love manners, but we're never taught to have that same sort of feeling towards ourselves, which I think is fucked up. And we're definitely not really encouraged to ask questions in general, but and
well, going back to the whole thing about children, you're told to finish school, get a degree, get a house, get married, have kids. And then at 45, wonder why everyone has midlife crises.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, is it because you didn't do the thing you wanted to do? You did the thing that you were told to do, and that's not maybe what you wanted to do. So now you're trying to recapture your youth because you weren't allowed to just be yourself and find your own path. And if you end up in a job with a wife and a kid, or a partner and a kid and a house, and that's exactly where you want to be, wonderful. Like, there's nothing wrong with those paths. If it took you 10 years later to find that out, wonderful. Like, you did everything you needed to do. Like, I don't know. A lot of things could be, fixed if you just asked yourself, is this what I want?
Exactly. Just why? Just be, ask questions, be curious. That's the other thing too, is I love, and I this so much ties into like, why we love film. It's like why, most people, I mean, we live in an age where most people don't even have a tiny fraction of physical media that like you and I do. But it's because we're researchers, we're curious, we're journeying, we're on this journey of just being like, ooh, what's this? And
I was going through the collection the other day thinking, oh, do I have DVDs that are doubles of Blu-rays? I can get rid of the DVDs. And I was going through and I saw a DVD of Night of the Living Dead. And I was like, well, I have the Criterion. I don't need the DVD anymore. And then I saw the DVD was the colorized version of Night of the Living Dead. And I was like, oh, well, I have to keep that. Because that's a different version and I don't have that version. So yeah, it is. It's not just a matter of, oh, I want to watch it and that's it. It's like, no.
Oh, no,
curate. I got to get it.
Exactly. Well, that's why I think it is different than just like, I don't know, people spend a lot of money on shit they don't get a whole lot out of.
This is work.
This is work, I mean? But it's art, it's learning. It's like when you have a lot of books, that's a library. That's a great thing to have, as opposed to like, I don't know, having a bunch of designer clothes or bags or anything like that. That just doesn't really, it only has.
Can I say, for the listener, I am wearing a Carhartt hoodie that is 4 or 5 times too big, and it's covered in. Oh, it bloody is, and it's covered in. I hope paint. That's all I can say.
Were you outside the McDonald's again, sniffing?
Give me that Big Mac sauce.
Oh, God. Don't ever say that at a strip club.
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm wearing just a t-shirt with a skull.
I was going to ask about the t-shirt. Yeah. Oh, nice. I like it.
And just a old cardigan that's already got holes in it, but it's comfortable. So fuck it.
Fashionistas.
Yes, work over here.
Yeah. I need to get a haircut. I'm not gonna, but I need.
You fucking hippie.
Well, every year I shave my head.
Oh wow!
It gets Seriously? Too hot. Yeah.
How fast does your hair grow, dude? You got some thick hair.
Oh, I could show you a 6-month difference between like, completely shaved to back to this. Like it's ridiculous.
You have great hair. That's a gift. That is a gift.
Well, I do. A lot of friends are like going bald, and I was worrying about this bit, and everyone was like, "Shut up." Like, you've always had that. And I was like, I don't know, I think it's only come in like the last 10 years. And they're like, shut up.
Meanwhile, they have like skullets.
Yeah, they're strapping young lads.
And they're like, meanwhile, you're like, I've got this little tiny like millimeter patch of skin showing. And they're like, oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, they're comb overs because they've just got friar tucks at the back. They've got nothing, you know. And that's the thing. Like I'll shave my head in the middle of summer because it got too hot, and then I'll grow it until it gets too long, and then I'll just shave it again. But I got out of sync accidentally and shaved it too late last year. So now it's like, oh, no, it was too early last year. So now I'm like, oh, this is warmer than I want it to be right now. So I might just go shave my head.
Wow. That's some great genetics, though. There's a lot of dudes hanging on to those 4 hairs, man.
Oh, genuine, you know? And I couldn't care less.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. It's
hair.
Just hair.
It's hair. One day, everyone says to me, like, oh, you'll keep your hair. And I'm like, and if I don't, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just, hair is literally dead tissue. It's not really that big of a deal.
Like, and I know that's fortunate for people who have thick, luscious,
not that we're
curly
flexing.
hair.
Not that we're flexing or anything. Yeah,
but you know, I can live without it. I wear a hat all the time. Like as soon as I leave the house, I wear a hat. So everyone thinks I'm going bald, and then I release this giant mane.
Oh my! You just whoosh, like you're in a commercial. The wind is blowing on it.
Yeah.
Yes, an errant curl. Sort of tresses over your
shoulder. I used to get a real Superman curl. Like I used to always get one, and I was like, I can't have that. I look too bloody handsome already.
Who was that guy in Wicked that your friend was like
Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan Bailey. I don't even know what this guy looks like, to be honest. I don't know what Jonathan Bailey looks like. Does that make me a bad film person? I don't
know. No. He just looks like a generic sort of like skinny guy. He's handsome. But, you know.
But see, but I could tell you, I know immediately what David Warbeck looks like. Now that was a handsome man. I love David Warbeck. Are you kidding? Speaking of Fulci.
I just love like naming anyone. Everyone will be like, wait, who's that? And you're like, go watch some film.
God, seriously. Watch The Beyond. It's brilliant.
You will.
You're welcome.
I got The Beyond the other day.
Ooh. I finally upgraded because I had the old Anchor Bay DVD that came in like a metal tin.
Oh shit.
That's long. It's like a long box. It's super cool. And I've had that forever. And then I finally, I think it was Grindhouse releasing, did this really beautiful like 3-disc.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was like, I need to get this on Blu-ray because it's one of my favorite films.
Second Sight released it over here.
Second Sight do beautiful work.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I realized I had that and Space Truckers, and then The Decline of Western Civilization are the only second sights I have.
Oh my god, Rob needs to get that set. I can't believe that. Oh my god, and the commentary tracks are... I haven't listened to the one on the third one, but the commentary tracks on the first 2 are so much fun. That's so you? Holy shit.
Yeah. I go from that to that to that within about 6 months.
That's insane. Are you taking vitamins? Are you? This is just an au naturel. That's amazing.
Unless it's in my antidepressant, I'm not taking anything.
Okay. I don't. I have yet to be on any sort of serotonin-based med that increased my hair production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. Shit, no. Of course I'm on meds. Like, I think we're all... You kidding?
What are you doing? Raw dogging this life? Get out of here.
Right. I'm a fucking artist. I'm sensitive as shit. Of course I need something to get me through this.
I had a breakdown because 3 people asked me a question at the same time, and I was like, fuck off!
Oh.
It's too much.
Oh, God.
It's too much.
It's funny you say that, because I very recently, like, as of just, like, around the holidays, got diagnosed with, I have like ADHD. I'm neurodivergent. Gotcha. I had no idea until I'm feeling like, what?
You had no idea. Okay.
Until I started researching. And so I started actually researching what it meant. Because, like, a lot of people think ADHD is just somebody acting like they've snorted a bunch of cocaine.
Yeah.
And they're just, like, climbing the walls. And it's not, it doesn't really quite work like that at all. But one of the things is the overwhelm.
Looks like this. Hyperfocus.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Do you have hundreds of half-finished projects?
But you mentioned the overwhelm, and that was when I started kind of looking into it and being like, wait, I think I might be that. And that was there were a few things where I'm like, holy shit, that's me. Yeah. 1000%. It's just that overwhelm, the whole extra sensitive thing. Like, especially if you've grown up having people your whole life, and a lot of times they mean well. Like, it's people that want you to be tough and survive the world. You know, it comes from a good place most of the time. But they're like, you're too sensitive, or you're too this, you're too that, and it just makes you feel like you're broken. It just makes you feel like you're
honestly,
a fucking broken person.
Simultaneously too sensitive and dead inside. It's like, I don't know how that works, but there's times where someone looks a bit upset because of something I did, and then that'll be me for the rest of the day. Like, oh, I should think about that until the end of time. And then if I'm hyper-focusing on something, being so cold and being like, cool, whatever, bye. And just being so hyper-focused that I don't even consider what this person's feeling towards what's just happened. And it's like, well, it's one or the other. And then my brain just explodes. And then it's like, well, you know what? I'm just going to sit and watch a film. That'll calm me down. And then fucking 5,000 films later, I'm like, turns out I'm not that calm.
Yeah.
Let's buy some more films.
Oh, God. But doesn't it makes me grateful, though, that we live in an era where we have these discussions and we kind of know, we are understanding how different brain chemistries work. Like, so I feel so grateful for that.
Yeah, I'm such a champion of talking about it with my friends. Like, the amount of like male friends who would just sit in silence, and I'd be like, "You all right? You okay? You having a bit of a cry for no reason?" Like, no, and I'm like, "Really? All right, you can. It's cool. Just have a bit of a cry. Get it out of you." And they're like, "Well, maybe." And you're like, "Just do it, man. It's fine. Just unload. Tell me. It's fine."
Yeah,
like we can talk shit.
I love that you do that, because I think that, like, I think there's so much gender bullshit on both sides, and I think one of the most, like, kind of like deadly things that's put on men is this whole, like, you have to be stoic, you have to be this and that, and there's also the same, as much as people talk about, like, you know, women having pressure to look a certain way, and obviously that's very much true. Like, that's not, but it's guys get horrible. That too. Guys get that too, and I'm like, why can't people just let each other be? Why can't we all just let's just be people? Let's just be individuals. Fuck it, you know. It's
so weird that people don't just let you crack on. We've heard a lot about questions. We've heard a lot about film tastes. Obviously, we know the things that you write for. They have a similar theme. I'm wondering whether this all stems from the first film you saw. So what was the first film you saw at the cinema?
That was a beautiful segue. And it actually, I don't know 100% if this was the first one, but my first memory is being like a tiny tiny, tiny little kid being taken to see E.T. by an aunt of mine, and I fell asleep.
Nice.
And I still don't like E.T.
Fair enough.
So it did, but that might be, you could form that as being like, even as a small little primordial little tot, I knew I instinctively knew that maybe there were certain things like that I am not a fan of, because E.T. is a film. I know it's very beloved by a lot of people. There's something to me like that sort of Norman Rockwell-ness about a lot of Spielberg's films that I just have never really liked. He's a little treacly.
Fair.
Jaws is amazing. Jaws doesn't have that though.
No.
Jaws is a near perfect movie. Like I love Jaws.
100%.
Yeah.
Like he gets into his Peter Pan complex pretty bad, sort of from Close Encounters, and then it dissipates by maybe like Minority Report. But
which I haven't seen. I do remember liking The Color Purple, but it's been a long time. I will say this: I do remember liking The Color Purple. If that one almost feels like Color an outlier Purple to me.
And Schindler's List, like they're not really on that list,
right?
But like Always with Douglas, not Douglas, and
Richard Dreyfuss. Isn't Richard Dreyfuss in that? God, no wonder I never saw that. Gross. That movie looks disgusting.
John Goodman.
I do love John Goodman. I do love John Goodman. I always. Oh, do you have Always?
Well, I always do. And Holly Hunter.
Oh my god. I love Holly Hunter, but you know what's a better movie with John Goodman? True Stories. True Stories is a great
I haven't
film.
got that one.
Oh, you should get it. It's so good. It's so good. Got that great Talking Heads music. Tito Lareva. I can't say his last name properly, but he's great. He's in it. He was a member of the Plugs, one of the greatest LA punk bands. So
nice. So
yeah.
With E.T. not sitting with you, what is it that... was it as a kid? Was there something that you just was like, "Fuck this Elliot"? I don't like how he's stolen this alien. Because
I remember seeing it as a still a small child, but older. Because E.T. was everywhere, like on video, and it was. I just thought a lot of it was it was boring and stressful because this poor creature has been, he's not where he should be. He's not home. He misses home. He's misunderstood. He's being possibly tortured. So it's either boring or stress. And those were two emotions I really am still not a fan of. And I really wasn't a fan of as a child.
I can get those for free. I don't need to watch them to get more.
I call that every day. Okay.
You know what I mean? Why would I watch The Bear? That's just living.
No, but as a kid, I always instinctively just leaned more towards, like, I would say I was a monster kid. I always leaned more towards like horror and anything kind of fantastical like that. And also I loved old cinema. Like some of the earliest books I remember ever having my little hands on was like my mom would check out movie books from the library and
oh nice, yeah.
And in fact, my first crush ever was on Bela Lugosi, because I remember seeing this picture of him as Dracula at I was like 4 or 5, and I was just fascinated. I'm like, who is this beautiful man? And of course, I love Dracula. So yeah, I was just like a little weird sort of monster kid, but I loved reading about and watching old Hollywood. I loved silent cinema as I got a little bit older. Like I loved Clara Bow. Love the German expressionists. Those were the things I got really into. So looking back, it's like, I was never going to be that kid that loved E.T.
Fair.
Fair. Yeah.
E.T.'s a weird one because I remember it terrified me. The sort of the late night shot where she's like the lights on and he's trying to throw him some Skittles or Reese's, whatever, and it's dark. It's that I found scary. And then when he was all pale. And wet in the wood, I was like, that's too much. I can't deal with that.
It's weird. It's weird because I know people that I loved Gremlins. That was a movie I did love as a little kid. And I mean, come on, it's Joe Dante. And the little gremlins are so cute. Like, my first Halloween costume ever was Stripe.
Oh, nice.
There's somewhere my mom's got a picture of like me at like 4 dressed up like it's like the evil gremlin. Like, Jesus, what does that say? I wasn't even Gizmo. I was
Yeah. Like, what?
I was the mean gremlin, but people were like, oh, that movie scared me, and I do objectively understand that. Being scared by the movie as a kid, but I thought E.T. was way more traumatic, and then it bored me. It was just like the worst combination. I just did not care. I still don't care for that movie. Actually, I'm still like, fuck that movie.
It's one of the, like, of Spielberg's early work, it's the first one that I bail out on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I love Jaws.
Jaws is brilliant. Yeah.
I have Jaws in almost every format. Like,
nice.
That's just, it's what I need in life.
Yeah.
Just to complete that. And then, like, Close Encounters is another one that I absolutely adore, Close Encounters.
Yeah.
But then E.T., I'm just like, I don't know about you. And then we get into Raiders, we get into all of these ones. I'm like, oh, these are fun again. Mm-hmm. But E.T., it's, I get it, I have it on Blu-ray, but I never rewatch it. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I do have an action figure of Captain Quint. I mean, I'm sorry, if I see Robert Shaw, the doll, of course I'm going to fucking get it.
I couldn't get Robert Shaw.
Ooh. Oh, no. Did you get Roy Scheider?
No.
I love Roy Schneider.
I got your favorite, Dreyfus.
You got Hooper.
Hooper.
Do you at least like make that doll do like embarrassing things? Like,
I just make him do coke all the time.
Your little Mick Jagger doll. They're
just fucking mad rails.
Snorting rails. Woo! I'm alive!
This fucking shark!
God,
he's actually next to a Bill Murray action figure, so...
Oh, Bill Murray. I like Bill Murray. That's great, yeah. Bill Murray seems like he'd be fun if you're going to do hard drugs with. Dreyfus, to me, just seems like he would be... like annoying. Like, it'd be a mix between being the biggest ego in the room and then being like, what do you think about this? I don't know. It's just I can't.
Asking you about philosophers, and you'd be like, "Oh, fuck off, mate. Just fuck off. Like, that's not why I'm here.
Yeah,
this is a meet and greet. Stop doing coke on a Friday. Like, yeah. No, when it comes to my action figure collection,
yes.
As an adult over here,
we are grown-ass people.
Right. I got the shelf where it's there's a Kevin Smith action figure, there's a Bruce Campbell, there's a Ash Evil Dead.
I love Bruce Campbell.
McCready. Oh, I love him. There's McCready, there's a Goku, there's a Mandalorian. It's kind of like a little heroes shelf. Right. And then the shelf above it is just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures from different generations.
Nice. The span of the turtles.
Honestly, I've got the ones I had from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Then I've got the NECA fancy ones that they made.
Oh, NECA. God, I love NECA. They do the best.
Stuff.
The best work.
These ones are lovely. And then I've also got the most recent Mutant Mayhem iteration of them. And I just found out you can get them in samurai outfits. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to toy fairs looking for the samurai ones. So
nice. I actually do have a Ninja Turtles related figure. It's a 2-pack. And this is the most me on brand thing ever. It's David
Casey?
Warner. It's David Warner. It's his character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2, Secret of the Ooze. Wow. And because I love David Warner. I've actually loved David Warner since I was a kid, actually, because I saw Waxwork.
Okay.
And I was like, who is this beautiful British character actor? And I've just been, I love him ever since. And so when I saw that there was they don't advertise it as a David Warner action figure, but it is. It's literally him. So I had to have it.
You said it was a 2-pack. Who's in the other?
It's just him in a different outfit. It's just two David Warners.
Two of the same door.
Two David Warners. It's like fanfic or something.
Because that's mad. Because they did a double pack of Casey and a double pack of Shredder, but both of them came with a variation of a turtle, which is
that's cool.
I was like, No, it's not. Because I bought all the turtles. If I buy Casey, I'm going to have to get a second of Raph. And it's like, I don't want a second of Raph.
Right.
I just want, and it's Raph in his, Bogart, but I don't want it.
Do you have David Warner, though?
I don't.
You need to get the David Warner. Yes.
Did you get the, Did you get the 4K box set?
I do not have that, no. That's beautiful, though. Look at that. It's lovely. Gorgeous. Arrow, bring it. They
know what they're doing.
They 100% know what they're doing. That set they did a few years ago of Last House on the Left, I thought was really great. And
yes,
that has an amazing commentary track with Bill Ackerman and Amanda Reyes. That's like a top tier commentary track, I would say. Yeah.
What other ones have I got recently? Too many.
I'm getting lost trying to eyeball, like, what has he got over there?
Well, it's when you get up there.
Whoa! Oh, beautiful.
And, they're just Criterions I haven't watched yet.
Oh, God, yeah. I have that stack.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are bought, haven't watched yet.
Okay, yeah, I have that.
So there's some in here I've seen before. So, the Matrix trilogy. But a friend of mine upgraded his, so he was like, do you want this? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And I was like, well, I'll rewatch the first 3. But then there's other things that I've never seen before, or I find this, The Exterminator for £1.50.
Oh, God. The poster, that great poster art, that was designed by Steven Sadian, I'm working on a book about Steven's art. Yeah, Steven directed Cafe Flesh and Dr. Calgary.
Mental.
And Night Dreams, which you kind of see my poster. I've got my Night Dreams poster back there.
Yeah, nice.
So, yeah. So, connective tissue.
You have mentioned being an early 80s kid.
Yes.
So, videos and video stores, rentals, were available to you. So, what did you watch over and over again as a kid?
Oh, God. That was, which you were kind enough to send me these questions in advance. And I'm still like, oh, God, there were so many. Because we were a little bit more God, tapes were expensive back then. So one thing you could do is buy a cheap blank tape and tape something off cables, which I was not above doing. There were a lot
I loved recording so much off TV. I loved it.
I still have some old in several dusty boxes. I haven't thrown out any of the VHS. But because I love taping music videos and stuff like that.
Nice, yeah.
But there were several films. One that's kind of a really weird one was Bud the Chud 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because of Garrett Graham. That's the thing, the hyperfixation of I'd be like, this guy's great. And because that movie, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I want to rewatch it. Yeah, it's Garrett Graham. I love Garrett Graham. And Bianca Jagger's in it, which is...
Oh, that's weird.
Bizarre, yeah. Return of the Vampire was one with Bela Lugosi, 1943. That was actually the first movie I ever owned properly. It was a Good Times video release, which Good Times was basically a gray market.
Okay.
So their tapes were very affordable. But Return of the Vampire is actually a really, really solid, great little horror film. I don't feel like it gets a lot of people talk about it
that well.
Yeah. No, it's super cool. It's not technically Lugosi as Dracula, but he's Dracula, but you have this whole thing where he has a werewolf henchman, and it's set in London during the Blitz, but this was 1943.
Oh shit!
Which is insane. Yeah, so it's definitely got a lot of things that are very unusual about it, I think, especially for the time period, and it's got some surprisingly kind of I wouldn't say gory, but it's got a kind of a grisly climax for that era too. It's a gem. I would definitely call it a gem. So that one, I loved Beetlejuice. I watched Beetlejuice a lot.
I also love that it introduced me to Harry Belafonte.
Oh, right. Yes.
You know?
That's, yeah. I'm definitely a lot more cold on Tim Burton now as an adult, but as a kid, Beetlejuice was amazing. I still love the original Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And I mean, Michael Keaton, that cast, actually, Michael Keaton, Glenn Shaddix, Jeffrey Jones. I mean,
don't. That cast, like, young Alec Baldwin and, like,
gorgeous.
Gina Davis.
Yeah.
Oh,
those two,
ridiculously gorgeous. And Gina, she's so fit.
Both
so
of
beautiful.
Both of them just, I mean, breathtakingly, just like two of the most beautiful looking people. And of course you get Catherine O'Hara, who's great. Of course, excellent. I had a crush on Beetlejuice because I was a fucked up kid. I was a weird little kid.
I mean, he's also pretty fucking cool, yeah.
He was the coolest. It's the striped pants and the humor. I love striped trousers, and I love a great sense of humor. So that's why I love Alan Ormsby and Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. He's got the trousers, and he's got the humor, and he's got the swagger. So,
which is Beetlejuice all over.
Exactly, but it's like way before Beetlejuice.
And is your husband? Is he a Beetlejuice type? Is he?
He does not look like Beetlejuice, but he does love Beetlejuice, and he does a great impression. So
he doesn't have mold around his hair.
No mold. He doesn't look like a undead, centuries-old exorcist, bio-exorcist.
You're missing a trick. Kirsty's childhood crush was Meatloaf from Rocky Horror Picture Show and Jack Black. So I feel like she absolutely hit the mother load when she got me.
I feel like I would get along with her so fiercely for that. That is my kind of woman. I love that so much. I grew up hearing a lot of Meatloaf too because I love Rocky. Yeah. Rocky Horror was another one because I discovered that film at around age 8 or 9.
Ooh, nice.
Which is, and well, there were these ads that you would see for it on MTV because it had never been released. It didn't get released on VHS in the States until way later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I would see these little ads, and I was, what? I
was going to say, yeah, is it because it's an English film? Like,
I don't think it's the case because there are plenty of British films that got released on VHS in a more timely manner.
And the reason I paused because I wasn't sure if it was an English film. I was like, I know like Richard O'Brien is English, and I know Tim is English, but Susan Sarandon isn't. Like,
yeah, well, and the producer Lou Adler is like he's American, and but it's like kind of an international cast. But I would see these clips for it. I became obsessed. I was like, I have to see this film. Yeah. But I saved up my allowance. And I begged my mom. I was like, when this comes to the video store, will you please rent this for me? And thank God my mother did. My mom was obviously is very liberal. Within limits. There were films I couldn't see. Yeah. But but she was definitely
without being one of those guys. It was a different time.
Yeah,
parents didn't really care as long as it wasn't like.
There's certain films like most things.
Exorcist.
Right. Well, she wouldn't. If I watched an R-rated film, I was always with her. Like that way, if I had any questions, and she would cover my eyes or be like, "Cover your eyes," which don't ever tell your kids to cover their eyes because they're gonna peek.
Because that's when it's like, oh, now I should pay attention.
Right. You'll be like, "Oh, there gonna be boobs." Is there a butt? I told her, because come on, that's what you're going to do.
I didn't hear you, Mum.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, no.
But Rocky Horror was a transformative film for me in so many ways because I loved the music. I loved the look of it. I wanted to be a Transylvanian. And I mean, just the fact I knew I was an outsider. Like you know that as a kid, you don't fit in.
Yeah.
And especially when you realize you don't feel like what you feel like a girl's supposed to feel like you have some gender questions, you have some like sexuality questions, and here is a film where it's like hey, if society considers you a freak, that means you're fucking beautiful and you're sexy and you're amazing, and don't dream it, be it. That film has probably saved so many lives and so many, by being that touchstone for so many of us who don't fit into some sort of box of what we're supposed to be.
Definitely seeing what would be considered the freaks in any other film to be like, well, actually, they're the cool kids in this. And it's like, oh yeah, the squares, they're the fucking, they're the losers for a change.
Right.
And then you're like, all right, I can get on board with some of this.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Shock Treatment?
I love Shock Treatment, of course. Oh, okay. I actually, this is all very timely because a few days ago I was on Projection Booth and we talked about Jim Sharman's first movie, Shirley Thompson versus the Aliens, but which was interesting. It's Jim Sharman's a really cool director.
Okay.
When I first saw Shock Treatment, I was a kid. I'd rented it from Walker's Corner Video. I still remember the video store, and I initially
not a sponsor.
No, they are long gone. But I initially didn't know how I felt about it. I kind of didn't like it, but I was like, well, I want to rewatch it. And then by the second or third watch, I was like, it clicked. And now, I think I love it more than Rocky. Like, Rocky is the film I needed as a kid, and I always love Rocky Horror. I think it's wonderful. Shock Treatment is more of a savage kind of thing, as far as like, it's got some amazing, very cutting satire, but also in the era we live in, it was very prescient. There's a lot of things in that film that are like, yep, that's what we're going through. This is, especially in the States, and unfortunately I won't go too in the weeds, but I will say please, I hope nobody ever thinks that a lot of Americans are fucking like that. Okay? Like, our government's a fucking shit show. But a lot of us are good people, and we didn't vote for that. So,
Well, now I feel a fool now, because this is a MAGA podcast.
God damn it! Damn it!
No, it definitely fucking is.
Yeah, no. But honestly, of course, I say that. I always get irritated when I've ever heard, like, American, like, relatives or friends make something like, oh, so-and-so's Russian. I'm like, are you going to define an individual by their fucking government? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Most governments are terrible to some degree.
All governments are terrible.
Yeah.
Governments and all countries are shit.
Yeah.
Like,
some are worse than others, some are better than others, but think about the kind of people that want to be in power and what kind of humanity that's going to attract.
Fucking psychopaths want to be in power.
Exactly.
Normal people don't want to be in power.
Perfect. Yeah. Normal people who genuinely care about their fellow human, that care about, especially anybody that's like working class, that's poor, anybody, any population that's going to be at risk. If people that genuinely care and want to have that social change do not get elected. They do not get put in those positions.
It pisses me off, the sort of erasure of the working class that's happening over here. And I just, it just pisses me off so much. It's like, you're going to take every ounce of funding from the working class. So art will not come from the working class anymore, which means we're going to lose so much unique messages and voices that will just not get expressed because the working class physically cannot afford to be creative, because it's work and eat or die. Yeah. And it's like, that is hideous. Only the rich middle class and super wealthy can be creative, can they? Fuck off. I've seen enough of what you guys have got to do. I'm not interested. I want to know what some fucking nobody from some northern town who's never gone anywhere further than the end of her road, what she can do with a fucking paintbrush. I want to see what she can do. I want to see what's in their head that's fucking desperate to get out there, and I want them to be able to fucking get it done. And it annoys me so much that this country is just so focused on.
But then these are the same people that will be like, oh, well, when are we going to have the next movement like punk? And it's like, well, maybe because you guys are trying to literally fucking kill the working class and the poor classes, because it's like punk was formed and all its different iterations by people, whether it's, no matter what country, no matter what state, by working class artists and by people a lot of times
except the Sex Pistols.
Well, half of them though, because some of them were working class.
Okay, the ones that you don't know the names of.
Actually, that's the most horrifying story. I always felt bad for Glenn Matlock because he was like middle class, and he sounded like a nice guy. It's like, you can't help who your family are. Like, that's, but like, there's that whole story where Steve Jones like masturbated into a sandwich and gave it to Glenn. I know, this fucking haunts me. Yeah. I'm like, so I was full bad for Glenn Matlock. And Glenn Matlock was a good musician. I mean, he was in that power pop band, the Rich Kids, oddly enough, right? With Mid-Year. And they did some good stuff. So, but
right.
Yeah, I know. I'm a nerd, but no, I agree. No, 1000% agreed. I remember getting kind of irritated around the 2016 election over here, where Amanda Palmer, I'm not a hater or anything. I like some of the Dresden Dolls stuff, but she was like, cool. Well, if Trump's in power, we can have punk rock again. And it's like, I don't think this shit always fucking works like that, ma'am. Like, cause if you're able to make a living solely as doing music, you're at a privilege point that a lot of people aren't.
Past it,
yeah. So, and it's not that I'm a pessimist. I think artists are always going to find a way, but it gets a lot harder when people are having to live so hand to mouth. And
it's different when, if your normal day job affords you everything you need, but not a luxury,
right,
then finding time to be creative is not. That's what you decide to do. Some people go play sports. You find time to be creative.
Right.
But even when you're working 2 jobs and you're still fucked, like, then it's like, well, something's not right here, people. Like, everyone should have a fucking, call me a dirty socialist, but everyone should have a fucking roof over their heads, some fucking clothes, a good education, something to fucking eat. Like, give your people in your country everything they need, and then anything they want to be, they can be great at.
Yeah.
But if they have to fight just for the things they need, then they're going to have no energy to do anything that they want to do. And
yeah. Well, and I know it's so fucking gross, and but that's why I think art is so vital, and that's why it's such an important thing to fight for. And it's something I believe in. Like I told you earlier, I'm pretty much like anti-organized religion, to be honest. Like, I'm not anti-spirituality at all. Like,
no.
But I would consider myself somewhat a spiritual person privately, but I don't trust anything that doesn't nourish the individual. And
if the bank account is front and center, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And churches seem to be like that. I'm just like, no.
Well, it's just about control. Like, anybody that wants to control you, that's immediately who you need to question. And but that's why, again, like, we've had so many great art movements. Like, I mean, like, with visual arts, that's why we got like we got surrealism, we got like with Hodorowski, the Panic movement with him and Arabal and Roland Topor, and these are all such vital things. And God, I mean, like with punk, I mean, it's kind of a rote thing to talk about now, just because it's probably kind of been talked about to death. But I feel like people don't ever talk about the things about punk that they should. I guess
Nice,
where it's just like they just mentioned the Pistols, and it's like, what about Crass? Like, what about Suicide in New York? What about the Fast? Like, there's so many other bands. Like,
I'm not going to get into it now, but there is a whole thing.
I'm sorry, I know that's a full podcast. I'm like, let's talk about music.
But it really annoys me that when people say punk, people go like, oh, like the Sex Pistols. And I'm like, no. Like, they are the fucking Beatles. They are the Smells Like Teen Spirit of it. It's like, let's not, come on. Like, my dad, not a fan of grunge whatsoever. I mentioned Nirvana, and he went, well, they were one song though, weren't they? And I was like, right, no. They were 2 solid albums.
I think you'd say they were 2 solid songs.
It's 2 solid songs. Lithium,
2 solid songs.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Not even Heart-Shaped Box. And it's like, they're 2 solid albums, and like, I would say, Smells Like Teen Spirit is the worst on Nevermind.
Yeah.
And it's like, so just fucking, like, get over that bit and crack on. But, Anyway.
No, yeah, no. I would say there are Pistol songs I do love. Do I love the band as a whole? They're fine. I think I love the stuff afterwards. Like those first 2 or 3 Public Image Limited albums, way better than any the one album the Pistols did.
Yeah.
Steve Jones and Paul Cook did some great stuff after that band too, with like the Professionals. So, but there's so many other punk bands. Like you and I talk about the Damned. The Damned are such a better band. Like everybody should talk about the Damned. The Damned are a band that evolved too. Like they consistently have grown and keep making great music. Like they're not a nostalgia act.
No.
Thank God, because that's always kind of sad when you see certain like bands and it's like one original dude. And it's like, oh man. I know people got to pay the bills. I'm not judging, but yeah, it's awkward.
Yeah, sometimes they need to pay the bills that bad. So, what was the first R-rated film that you saw, and how old were you? You mentioned something earlier, so
yeah, no, because again, my mom was definitely liberal. Again, like no smut, and Helter Skelter. Which, I mean, looking back, there are films that I got to watch that probably would have been more disturbing to me than Helter Skelter. But Helter Skelter disturbed her. So she was like, I don't want my kid watching that, which I can respect. I can't, because I was so young, I can't 100% say this for certain. I want to say probably something like Porky's.
Okay.
Which went over my head. I mean, you're
like, fucking hell, how big are condoms? Jesus.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, there's boobs, and then something like Porky's.
I have a friend who, like, I think he resents that our teenage years weren't like Porky's, and it's like, I don't.
Nobody's teenage years were like Porky's.
Nobody's.
It's a movie. It's a movie. That's It's like me watching The Worst Witch and being resentful that I didn't get to go to a occult academy run by Diana Rigg and have Tim Curry. God, that would have been amazing, though.
Imagine. Fucking imagine.
I can dream.
Fucking hell. You get nothing done.
No, I know.
Just looking at everyone like, hey.
Yeah.
How's it going? You going to McDonald's later?
Oh. That 1000% would have been me if Tim Curry was. I would have made it so weird, and I apologize.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Oh, my God. Tim Curry in almost anything was, like, sex on wheels. Like, he's hot Satan in Legend.
Yeah.
You're like, this motherfucker's got cloven hoofs, and I'm like, ooh, keep talking. Ow.
I'm gonna fuck one of those hooves.
Oh!
It's happening.
I don't know.
No? Gone too far?
Well, no, I'm trying to make it work in my head, and I'm just not. No.
I'll make it work.
I will. Oh, my.
I'll get there, all right? I don't know how. It might take me some time, but I'll get there.
And it's that industrious spirit that I do respect.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. But
where there's a will, there's a nut.
There you go. No, Porky's.
I'm an award-winning writer.
No, all of those. I think almost all of those sex comedies in the 80s were like Wish. These are things that the right and I actually
indulgent male fantasy, like Wish indulgent, like no one went to school with the cheerleader who was sucking everyone off and also being completely mentally fine about like her life choices.
Yeah,
like, that didn't happen. Like, and if there was, I feel bad for her. Like something was going on at home. Someone should have checked in on her.
Well, and the one thing though about Porky's, because it just hits me. You know who directed that? And that's Bob Clark, who did Black Christmas and My Beloved Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I love that fucking movie. Did not realize
that was Bob Clark.
Yeah, Christmas Story.
Jesus Christ.
That's a wild filmography. That is a fucking insane filmography.
Jealous.
I know, right? Black Christmas
Directors don't get to do that anymore, you know? I feel like the only director who has like a wild filmography today is Alex Garland. Like, no one else is just like, I'm going to do a sci-fi, and then I'm going to do a horror, and then I'm going to do something else. And it's like, all right, crack on, man.
I would love to see more of that, though. I agree. Like, I would love to see just more directors kind of branch out and get out of a comfort zone a little bit. You know, because I feel like the ones that tend to stay very much in their own lane, with exception. I mean, there is like an auteur exception, but even look at somebody like William Friedkin. Friedkin did horror, he did action, he did drama, like he did crime. I think he was one of the greatest directors, like, ever. Yeah, so,
Billy Friedkin did some absolute stunning films.
Oh my god!
And like, it'd be wrong to say he was a horror maker. It's like, no. Like, don't get me wrong, Sorcerer's got some fucking horrible elements, but it's not a horror. And then Jade, that's not fucking, you know? So yeah, I think directors, you know what? It's an industry where if you make the money doing A and B, you're only ever going to be doing A and B. So
yeah, but you know, that's why I especially in the last few years, I've really been getting into like shot on video movies and filmmakers, because I'm like, these are the men and women who have and continue to sort of just be like, you know, you were talking about working class art. Like, these are just regular people that love film, but they're not regular people because they're fucking filmmakers too, you know? Like, so they're making stuff really on their own terms. And to me, it's you know, they might have a poverty budget, but that's where it's like, what vision do you have? I just find
well, there's no budget to your vision, if that makes sense. Like, if it doesn't matter how rich or poor you are, an idea is good or bad. It is just is. But I'm a judge for a short film festival in North Carolina.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome.
Whenever big old glitzy shiny shorts come through, I'm like, yeah, these are good, and I'm going to hold these to an extremely high standard for me to be okay with them.
Yeah.
But today I saw one which was like 4 friends, and it was shot on a fucking Sony DV camera.
Nice.
And you could tell they were having a whale of a time doing it. And I was like, this is excellent. Like, it's 5 minutes long, so they've not got overly fucking verbose with their dialogue. They've just gone straight in, given us the goods, there was full structure, there was a full plot, and it was done great. No budget, whatever, but I was like, that's filmmaking. That's a group of people got together, made something fun, and it looks shit, but it looks great as well. And so to me, I was like, I think these guys should win an award over this clearly £30,000-40,000 short film.
Yeah,
this one should, because this is more filmmaking to me. This is a fun idea that's been executed. This is a paint by numbers. How much money can we afford? Let's pay it. And I prefer the little guys doing, like you're saying, stuff on video, stuff on just doing.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Let's give it a go. Does it work? Who knows? Let's try it.
It's so much more rewarding, and especially because you realize, like, if you have an interesting story, if you have an excitement about how to visually present an idea, and you have just the whether it's testicular or ovular, you know, fortitude. You know, the stones to get it done, because filmmaking's fucking hard, and it's really hard.
Anything gets made.
Yeah, but it's like, I love the idea of I would like to see more directors that have made big stuff. I'm like, if you're a real director, what can you do for like $200?
Honestly, yeah.
Like, you know, like strip it down, go back to basics, and see what magic you can make.
I really like Peter Strickland for that, because Peter Strickland, like, he'll make his big features, but he still puts out short films all the time. And you're like, good. Because just because you've got an idea doesn't mean it has to be 90 minutes. You might have an idea that is only 15. And if you're a filmmaker or a storyteller, why aren't you telling that story? If it's like, well, I'll only work for $250,000 and I've only got to make these stories, I want this thing that's a fucking 3-hour epic. It's like, no, that's a job that you need a return on. If you have an idea, you've got the contacts that you get really good performers, you got really good crew, you can make it for nothing and do a really good short film. So why aren't you?
Yeah.
Like, if you've got stories, do them.
Exactly. Yeah, because I think the film industry is just so bloated. I think it's really, again, it gets kind of a weird punk parallel, where it's just like, music was getting bloated, so you had to like do something different. And I think film is definitely, especially with Hollywood, where it's like, people will be like, "Oh, this was a low budget film. It was only $3 million," and I'm like, tell that to somebody who's paying rent, paycheck to paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck, like a lot of us. That's insane. That's insane. Like, show me what you can do for a fraction of that budget, and then I'll be impressed.
Especially when it's things like, was it The Electric State, the Russo brothers film with Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown? It cost $350 million. I don't know anyone who's watched it.
I've never even heard of this. I've never heard of this movie. So.
Yeah, no one cares about that film. And I thought, like, right, Netflix, you could have given, I don't know, what, 7? Yeah, 7 filmmakers, $50 million. You could have given 14 filmmakers, $25 million. Like, one of them might earn you back 6 people's. Take the risk. If you could throw $350 million at that pile of shite, take the risk on other things, on untested, and just see what happens. But
exactly.
Miserable fucking fuckers.
It's obscene. It's obscene though, and especially because the movies are always like various degrees.
By numbers.
Yeah, like it's. I just don't. And especially because, like, all this money and the visuals look like everything else. Like, look at something like The Holy Mountain by Jodorowsky. Like, even if you're not into Jodorowsky, that movie visually is fucking stunning. That is one of the most beautiful looking movies I've ever seen.
And then when you find out, like, even adjusted for inflation, it's not, like, millions, if you know what I mean. So it's like, so how comes that could get done? How could that get done?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
How could Godzilla -1 get made for $10 million?
Yeah. Which I still need to see. I'm ashamed because I love Godzilla. So. I
watched it the other day. It's good.
I've heard it's good.
What was the first film you watched that you considered grown up?
Oh, Pedro Almodovar's Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown.
I'm
serious. Yeah. I'm dead serious. Yeah. Which I can explain. The reason I remember that because, and again, I was way younger than I should have been, looking back. But when you've got, like, back then, like, if you had cable, you would sometimes get these little, like, I don't know if it was like this in the UK, like, these little paper movie guides. That was almost like a mini, like, sort of schedule. We had something like that, but...
like a TV guide.
Yeah, basically kind of like a TV guide, but, like, specific to that channel. Like a mini version of that.
Oh, no. Yeah. So we had the Radio Times or something, and that was all the channels.
Oh, right. Well, and see, and TV Guide was like the main thing, but when we had Cinemax, which most people over here, I know, I see the eyebrows. The thing, Cinemax, I know, and not that I was above that. That's a different question. That's a different question, though. But Cinemax actually would show a lot of avant-garde films, show a lot of foreign films. And they had, I'm trying to think what it was called. They even had like a name for a specific type of night where it was, I'm blanking on it now, but that was specifically like, this is our hour for foreign films and art house. And nice. Yeah. And they don't get enough credit for that, actually. That's how a lot of people saw films ranging from like, I saw my first Abel Ferrara film thanks to Cinemax. And it wasn't Driller Killer. I had to buy that one. And that came much later, which I do love it. But Europa and stuff like that. And I remember seeing this about Women on the Verge of Nervous Breakdown, and I was like, and I already was like, I want to see foreign films because I wanted to, I guess, for lack of a better term, better myself as a film person, as a person. And I was super curious, and I was like, that looks really cool. I loved the title. I loved the word play of it. Because of course I was also a big reader and, loved prose and, I wouldn't have called myself a writer then, but I was a writer. I am a writer. And, and so, and I stayed up late, probably snuck. My mom was probably asleep because that's how these things usually go, and watched it. And did most of it go over my head because I was like 9? Yes. 1000%. It did, but
there's a lot of films I've had to rewatch as an adult because I was like, oh, I've seen that, and then it's like, hold on, I've not seen this.
I didn't see it. I did see it, but I didn't. But that was really the first one where I was like, this is me branching out and watching a series. It's not. I mean, it's like a strange, surreal comedy, like a lot of Almodovar stuff is. But
but Almodovar films are definitely for grown-ups. They're not.
Oh, like, 1000%.
There's definitely not like, oh, kids can get it too. It's like no. This is for adults.
Yeah,
like that's what it is. And I mean, there's some fucking great films.
Oh yeah, no, I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life, but that was one where I could look back at my little self and be like, "Look, you go, girl.
Well done, you.
Yeah, way to go, little
nice.
me."
I've said this, I think on either on a previous podcast or to people recently. I really miss the late night, like, because we don't have like, I don't have live TV anymore. I just got rid of all of that.
Same.
So I just have films or one or two streaming services, which Dropout is one of them. Like, that's where it's sort of like Shudder is another. I'm not going for the big ones. And so whenever it's sort of like, if there's a film I want to watch, I have to source it somehow, hence buying a load of them.
Yeah.
I miss just flicking late night and being like, the fuck's this?
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea what this is. Oh, I'll watch it from here. And then you miss the first 20 minutes, but then you watch this film and you're like, well, this is fucking excellent. What the hell is this? And then you hope there's a commercial break and they put the title card up, or maybe like something gives you an impression of what the fuck you're watching. And then you watch it and you're like, well, that was excellent. And Sergeant Kabuki-Man NYPD was one of those. I turned it on in the middle of the night. I sort of like was awake and I was like, what's on? And I was like, this looks ridiculous. I don't know what this is. And then as a younger guy being like, I wonder if anyone has sex in it. And then like,
of course,
I think there is a sex scene in it.
I'm sure.
And and like until like recently, I think I'd only ever met one person who'd ever seen it.
Oh, wow.
And it was wonderful that it was just sort of like, oh, and I only know about this film because I just turned on the TV at that time.
Oh, God.
And I missed that.
Yeah, I do too.
Now I'm letterbox lists is the best I can do.
I know,
Or making a podcast where I ask people.
Oh my God, no, because there were some amazing films. Like, that's how I saw Speaking of Farrar, like Miss 45. Because as a kid, and as an adult, I've always had like problems with sleeping and insomnia, and so a lot of times I would end up being like, okay, well, I'm going to watch something because it's 3 a.m. I don't know what to do, and that's how I saw. And that one was, that's a film that will change you. It will change you in so many ways, and I'm so grateful. And like really kind of more obscure stuff. Like there's a road comedy called Motorama that I saw that I really loved, and it had like a weird. It was almost like what is that? It's a mad world where there's like 30 like 30 famous people.
Sick.
Motorama was like that, but very culty, because like Meatloaf's in it for 5 minutes, and I think Susan Tyrrell's in it, and it's got a wild cast, and so anything that's got a road trip. Highway 61, which is this great Canadian cult comedy directed by Bruce McDonald. I saw that. Cable, like there was an era of cable TV where you a lot of times it'd be also like the same shit and it'd be terrible, but every so often you could change it, you could turn it and be like, whoa. And Cinemax
I would
was really
say
great for that.
Like mid 90s through to like mid 2000s, that I really feel like that was the peak of TV, and being able to just turn something on and it potentially being amazing or being dog shit but in a good way, and being able to find those things. There was just that peak period of like 10-20 years where it was like, this is great, I love what's going on here, and then streamers ruined it.
Oh God. Well, and it's weird with streaming too, because I find a lot of people just tend to just use it to kind of binge like stuff, which I'm not gonna shame, because I've I mean, yeah, everybody does it. There are movies. I mean, that's why we have movies that we've seen a lot of times too, because sometimes it's like a comfort thing. Especially if you're actually neurodivergent, that's a very, very easy thing to do, and I've certainly done it. But I do kind of miss that. I am grateful that we live in an era though where we have access to so much media. There's so many films I remember reading about that I was like, I'll probably never get to see that. And now, I mean, some of those are films I have Blu-rays of, so I'm very, I definitely don't take it for granted, but I do kind of miss that too. I mean, that was the same thing with going to a video store though. It was sort of the thrill of the hunt, where you'd be like, I don't know anything about this movie, but it looks interesting.
I take a punt. It looks good.
Yeah.
I have a very sort of odd rule with my watch list. So I've got about 1,000 films on my watch list on Letterboxd. And I'm only allowed to buy them if I find them in the wild.
Oh, I like that.
So, like, I've had films on my watch list for years, and I'm like, I could go on eBay and buy it for $2, but I'm like, nope. When I find it in the wild, I'm allowed to have it. And I picked up Calvaire, that Belgian horror film from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I would never find that. I was just like, I'm never going to get it. And then we went to like a town a couple of hours drive away. And I just thought like, oh, there's a second-hand DVD shop. I'm going to go try my luck. Yeah. And I found like 5 films from my watch list that have been on my watch list for years. And I was like, oh, right, sick. I'll get these. And like in my head, I was like, right, now's the time I'm allowed to watch them. That's it. Like, as you can see, I buy more than I watch, but... What film holds a special place in your heart?
Oh, that's why I brought it up, because I remember there was one question you had that I'm like, this is the toughest one. And it's that one, because of course, like, I don't know if it's like this for you. I mean, that's a list.
It's very specific on like, well, at the moment, I'm really into this. And it's like, so, and I'm going to mention all of the films around it. And then someone's like, I thought you liked Jurassic Park. I was like, I do like Jurassic Park, but I can't mention that every fucking time.
Right. So I just went with my gut. And of course, there's going to be more than one, because that's how I roll. The first one, Cafe Flash. I'm of course huge, I love Stephen's work, and a film it's unlike anything else, and it has such a beautiful sense of not only surrealism and absurdism and dark humor, but it's also very sad. It has a lot of melancholy to it. And that always seems to kind of pull me, which is like the next one is Cassavetes' Killing of a Chinese Bookie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that one just breaks my heart every time, but I love it for it. Cassavetes was a master, and talking about confronting hard truths, I think about living. He was able to do that in such a way that was raw and graceful at the same time. God, there's so many. I hate this because I know there's going to be somewhere I'm like, oh, I forgot this. Romero's Martin.
Nice.
That one. Everything I seem to pick is kind of sad in a way, but...
Oh, no, but I think that's an interesting... take, because sometimes there might be an issue with sort of, I think maybe with an ADHD thing of harnessing an emotion when you need it. So sometimes you feel immensely sad and we don't know why. So sometimes it's good to be able to find a film that makes you like, oh yeah, this will make me well up, and that will release the valve, and that's fine. Like, because I can't get there myself, so what can get me there? Or it's just something that like makes you feel like, and unfortunately that might be the thing that makes you feel the strongest. God, I hate this because I know there are there's so many that I'm like, but that's the What's
beauty.
your Letterboxd top 4? Oh
God, I don't have a top 4. I have a top, like, I have a list that's called My Nearest and Dearest, and it's like, I think at 250 or something. It's ridiculous.
Oh, nice.
It's absolutely insane. Yes, I would say Subspecies 2, which I love the first one, but the second one, are you familiar with the Subspecies movies?
I know species, but not subspecies.
Oh, no, subspecies. Okay, Subspecies is a vampire series from Full Moon Pictures, and of course Full Moon is probably best known for creating like the Puppet Master series, but Subspecies is amazing. It was shot, the first 3 are brilliant. Shot in Romania. Ted Nicolau, who really cool director. He also did Terror Vision, but these films have gothic ambience. You have a main character, Radu, who played by Anders Hove, who's a wonderful, I believe he's Danish actor. And Radu is sort of like a ghoulish vampire. Like, he's not your pretty boy, but he's just complete. Are you looking at it? Are you fully gonna?
I am.
Sweet. Oh, and he's got some great lines. Like, he's like, tonight will be a bloodbath. He does that.
Nice.
And whenever people, and I still haven't seen it, I don't know if I'll ever see it, because honestly, it just doesn't appeal to me at all. But I remember seeing like clips of like Eggers' Nosferatu, and a lot of people were acting like, oh my god, it's horny vampires. But I'm like, well, first of all, vampires have always been horny. That's why they're great.
God, it's that, like, that's what vampires are.
That's literally, like, to quote I adore Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows. He's like, I've been to vampirism because I like to I'm for fucking and sucking blood.
You got to do it with the accent, though.
I can't do that accent, though, and I respect him too much to fuck it up. So
I'm into vampirism for fucking and sucking blood.
That was excellent. Oh my god.
New York City.
Was it? Oh god. I love him so much. Like, I love him
in did you see the IT Crowd when he's in that?
Oh my god. Yes.
Just goes through a drawer. A gun.
Was it Father?
Father!
Speak, priest. Okay, my first Matt Berry was Dark Place, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, and it's just, I was like, Liz, you're a woman.
Every year I have to rewatch Dark Place just to be like,
so
go on,
fucking good.
Remind me of something I'm never going to be able to recreate, because this is perfect. That's so good.
Oh my god, this what was it? We saw something the other day about a woman that she said she was afraid of Scottish people. And I was like, is it the Scotch Mist? Is it the I just love that. Rick Sanchez is my mother went to Glasgow once. She said it was quite lovely. Just Douglas is like, she was wrong.
Now I'm going to have to rewatch it.
Oh my god.
Rewatch it all again now. Have you listened to any of his 2 audiobooks?
I have not, but I do love what I've heard of Matt Berry's music. I think he's actually a really incredibly talented songwriter and musician. You talking about the Garth Marenghi?
Yeah.
No, I want to get those books though. Like, holy shit. Yeah.
Especially the audios, because he does them.
Oh my god. That is dangerous knowledge. I'm not big into audiobooks normally, but I would make an exception.
He did there's the Off Menu podcast, which is a food podcast that they usually have comedians on. It's very good. I enjoy it a lot. Yeah. But they had like Garth on. God. He was doing full character, going for it. And it was like, this is so good. Because anyone else would have broken character and gone for it, but he did the whole thing in character, and it's so good.
I've wanted to call myself a dream weaver. I'm a
dreamweaver.
Yes, author, visionary, dreamweaver, plus actor. Oh my god! It's it's funny because my parents actually got into What We Do in the Shadows, and I was like, guys, I have been a fan of Matt Berry's for years. For years. This is which What We Do in the Shadows is fucking great too. Have you watched it, the TV?
I have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
I didn't like the film, but I liked the show more.
I liked the film. I love the show. I think the show is actually a lot funnier. And that cast, like, oh my god, this perfect cast.
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, I'm definitely going to have to rewatch that. Like, I'm just finishing 6 Feet Under for the first time. So once that's done, I'm going to go back to something very silly.
It's so silly.
Palate cleanse.
It's you can see Skipper, the eye child.
But it's sort of... Did you ever watch the first couple of series? Well, there's only 3, but the first couple of series in The Mighty Boosh.
Yes, I'm so rusty. I want to revisit it though, because I love that. I mean, old Greg was like a thing a friend of mine would joke about. Yeah.
But that was, I think that was how I first was aware of Matt Berry, was him as Yeah, as the, oh god, what was, I could see his character. Yeah. Now, my favorite Mighty Boosh was the one where where there's some character named like Jimmy Five Hats. And he gets, like, there's a band where, like, Noel Fielding's character is in a band, and it's, like, the 2 girls that were in that real life band, Robots in Disguise, which really cool band. Like, I love them. But they get, see, I'm so rusty. I can't remember the character's name. The one with the mustache. Howard Moon.
Thank you. They get Howard, and one of them says, he looks like a pedophile.
With his shifty little eyes.
Yes. Oh my god. That was the great. Yeah, Mighty Boosh, I need to revisit that. Yeah, that was a great show.
We'll both revisit and then we'll come back.
I love that. It sounds like a plan.
So, you were saying that the special place was a hard question. My favourite question's coming up.
Oh, okay.
Which is, what's your controversial opinion on a famous film?
Oh, okay. So this makes me nervous. But I can only be me. I can only be my authentic self, and I think everybody should be authentic. So,
bingo.
I have 2. And again, I will, like I said earlier, I'm not a gatekeeper. If any of this is something that moves somebody, that's beautiful, great. That's cool. It's just not for me. Even though my belief is, of course, science. So
it's fact.
Of course it is. Why would it be anything else? But
exactly.
I think Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is overrated.
And go on.
Fight your
case.
I will say this with the caveat: that is one of the best scores. That Wendy Carlos score is a beast, is an absolute beast. I think the cinematography is exquisite. I'm not saying it is a bad film at all. I would never say that. It's a beautifully made film. Kubrick has made some of my favorite films. The Killing is one of my favorite movies. Actually, that's one I could put in my films nearest and dearest to me. I love that film. Do you have the Criterion?
No, just the DVD of it.
But you got it. Sterling Hayden, by the way, is the man. I love him.
I would say Parts of Glorious. Barry Lyndon.
No, Paths of Glory is fucking amazing though too. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That scene.
But it's one of those 2. Yeah.
Anything with Timothy Carey in general.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Would also be on my nearest and dearest in my heart list. But so I my problem with The Shining is that Jack Nicholson's performance, it's too hammy for me. And
it's just Jack. He's not doing anything.
No, it doesn't work for me. I love Shelley Duvall. I love Scatman Crothers. Actually, the kid, I'm not a big fan of children in horror movies. That kid's great. No. That kid's fine. Yeah. Like, I actually do not have a problem with him. Like it sounds like I'm going to beat him up if I did, right? Like, we got beef, kid.
Look, fucking get good or fuck off, kid. All right?
I think that's how Stanley Kubrick directed, actually.
Yeah. That's definitely what he said to Shelley.
Yeah, get good or fuck off. Yeah.
I don't know why I've got to tell you twice. I said get good once, so fucking hell.
Oh my god! Yeah.
So
that's why I think it's I think there are films that to me are far more perfect that I would call near perfect. Where, actually, speaking of kind of like people tied with Bob Clark, I don't know if you ever saw Death Dream.
No.
That is a haunting film. That is like a Cassavetes horror film. In fact, the father in it is the same actor that's in, I think, Faces.
Okay.
Death Dream, that to me is a near perfect movie. Messiah of Evil, I think, is more effective. I think Lips of Blood. I should have mentioned that as the nearest and dearest too, but sorry.
It's when people say that The Shining is like the scariest film they've ever seen. I'm just like, I don't understand when.
Right, have you seen other horror films? But
have you seen a film?
Yeah, have you seen a movie?
Like fucking hell.
But I know plenty of people who are very well versed in horror cinema that really love it. So maybe it's just not for us. But I just think, I'm sorry, Jack Nicholson is just so fucking. It's like, to me, seeing him in that movie is like Al Pacino in Son of a Woman. It's like that level of just. And Jack Nicholson's great in other movies. I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
But
no, I love Jack.
But it's just, I just don't like his
For the listener.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy the film. I have the 4K of it, the fancy edition, whatever. I sing its praises for multiple things. I think people need to chill the fuck out with what like things mean in that film, because it's like,
yes,
like, why is there a chair in the background and then it's there not the next time? And I'm like, oh, because that was probably an earlier take.
Yeah,
it's
a continuity.
Yeah, and they're like, no, Kubrick's too on it. Yeah, he's too on it with the story that you'd let a good take go. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah,
chill the fuck out. Like, I think people need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
and I prefer, if I was to go and rewatch it, I would prefer to watch Stephen King's 97 TV movie.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I actually think that one is really underrated. I actually think Steven Weber was really good in it, and he's more, I think, known as a comedic actor in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But he was great. And my only problem with the TV movie versus the Kubrick one, the kid in the TV one's fucking awful. Like, you want him to die. His
roticism really fucking annoys me.
Oh,
my daddy. Yeah. It's like, fuck off, man. I'm gonna get that topiary lion.
Yeah.
And it's gonna eat the shit out of
You're
me.
like, go Jack. Get him. Get him.
Kill the kid. Yeah. Beat the... No.
There's some films, like, got like the... what was that? 13 Ghosts remake?
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember
Tony Shalhoub one? Yeah.
Oh my god. The kid in that one that kid had no survival instincts at all. Like, yeah, that one. Like that, you know, when the ghost of your dead mother is literally telling you, don't come down this hallway, and you're like, what? Okay. Mama. Yeah, and it's like, dude, this is Darwinism. Just let it go its course at this point.
And like, the William Castle version didn't have any of that.
No, the Castle one's great. I love William Castle. Yeah. But
so, like, why did they have to add it for this one?
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, The Shining, and again, it's not me saying it sucks. There are things about it I think are masterful. Absolutely. I just think it's I think for the amount of hype it gets, I don't think it's that great. I think there are horror films that are far more perfect. I think Fulci's The Beyond is a better movie as a whole cohesive work. And, you know, David Warbeck, greater than Jack Nicholson, chewing the scenery. So, my other one, I don't know if I'm assuming this is a controversial take because Criterion has a big box set of his work. And I love Criterion, obviously, like a lot of us do.
So you're not a Wes Anderson fan?
How did you know? I can't fucking stand Wes Anderson. To me, is like the unflavored warm yogurt. I can't. He is so fucking. I can't. I don't. It's like
a Wes Anderson tattoo.
Do you really? Oh my god! I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
It's not my flavor. It's not my flavor. Obviously.
I think Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, Tenenbaums, and Life Aquatic. Mm-hmm. I think they were a lot more interesting than what he just does now, which is just twee little churn them out every year.
That's the thing. He's so twee. He's too twee for me. He's too.
I think his earlier stuff had a bit more edge, whereas his newer stuff is just far too twee, and I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, so those are my hot takes, and I
think they're fine. I think they're fine hot takes.
Thank you. I mean, granted, I think when you're somebody who's grown up being into like weird films, like you tend to be,
Yes.
I think, a little more thick-skinned because you've grown up your whole life with people kind of trashing your tastes. So you're just like,
honestly,
yeah, it's nothing new. Like
it's like when you tell someone that you think The Dark Knight's not a very good film and they break, and you're like, hold on, watch anything else, and you'll realize I'm right.
They're breaking a bottle in half. What'd you?
Honestly. Christopher Nolan can't do any wrong. Apart from those ones you don't like of his. Apart from the ones I don't talk about that I don't like. Also, you don't talk about Insomnia.
Yeah.
Which is a much better film than all the other shit he's done.
No.
Oh, well, I haven't seen that one. It's like, right.
The best thing about the Dark Knight is Heath Ledger. Like, if I ever go back to that...
Doing a great Tom Waits impression.
Dude, you know I love Tom Waits. Fuck yeah. Like,
so, like, that's all he's doing.
That's enough. That's plenty.
Yeah.
That's plenty. But I'll just, like, that's literally the only parts I'll watch. I'll just, like, sometimes I'll be like, I just need to see 5 minutes of Heath Ledger just, you know, like, doing that. And then I'm good.
I don't think there's anything of that film that I need to see again.
That's fair.
And I've seen it a lot. Like, considering films I don't like are the films I rewatch the most, I have seen The Dark Knight 4 or 5 times, and every time I'm just like, this is a piece of shit. I don't know why everyone loves it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Oh my god. That's how I felt about, I remember like when American Beauty came out and everybody was like, that's such a great movie, and I'm like, is it? Is it great? It felt like a 15-year-old wrote it.
The meaning. What meaning? Like, really? Scratch a little bit underneath. What meaning? They're
like, get it? And it's like, okay, he's perving on a teenager, and his...
It's because he's so repressed, right? But... Dig into that, please. I need something more.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And like, see the like the one that's edgy. I'm like, first of all, any goth girl that is like the edgy alt girl is not the cheerleader. There was that. It was just so it was like so pretentious and first draft to me. It felt like a first draft, you know?
Yeah.
And it's I just did not like it. That I really didn't like. Actually, I almost want to take back what I said about The Shining, because now that I'm thinking about American Beauty, The Shining's fucking awesome.
Fair. Yeah. Fair. No, there are those films which I think a lot of people are. It's a safe bet to say they enjoy it because, you know, no one's going to say fucking Shawshank Redemption's a bad film, but it's not the best film. And like Citizen Kane, I love Citizen Kane. I think it's great fun. There are hundreds of films that are better than it.
Yeah.
But if someone says, "Oh, I think it's excellent," it's like, cool. All right. Like, you don't have to justify, but it's a safe bet. You know?
Yeah.
I think I like it when someone puts their stock in a film that no one else has heard of.
Exactly. No, that's always what gets my interest. Like when somebody mentions something, even if it's a film I'm not the biggest fan of, if it's something that's a little bit of a deeper cut, and they're like, that one really moved me, I'm just like, even if it's something I hate, I'm like, the fact that you like you liking, you know, you really loving Rushmore, I think that's like, okay, I would love to hear you talking about that. I mean, it's not a film for me, but I respect you, and you have great taste, and you know your shit. So, you know, like that's the thing.
Sure. I mean, the tattoo I got is the one that Bill Murray has in Life Aquatic on his arm.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, see, that's so fair. It's at least it's not like
Jacqueline crossed out, and then Deep Search and an anchor. That's what I've got.
Yeah, it's funny. So at least it's not like a tramp stamp of Wes Anderson's name on your lower back.
Well, actually, no. I would totally get a tramp stamp.
Of Wes Anderson?
Not of Wes Anderson, but like, I don't know, something like some butterflies maybe. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Or what if it was like a filigree design built of fish sticks? The fish sticks tramps. You could say it's your tribute to Gwyneth Paltrow.
I'm getting it. 3 or 4 of my tattoos are film related. One's a book, and one is just nonsense.
What's the book one?
Have you read Spares by Michael Marshall Smith?
No, but it sounds like I need to if you got a tattoo of it.
It's good. Where is he? Is he here? He might not be here. Michael Marshall Smith did Only Forward and One of Us. He also did the Straw Men trilogy. Mm-hmm. They're really his sci-fi stuff is really good. And when me and 3 other lads were cinema projectionists, we all sort of went our separate ways after 2 years, and we decided to all get the there's a logo on Spares, which is a hand missing its 4th finger or 3rd finger. Mm-hmm. So we've all got it, and I've got it there. Rich
that's
got
awesome.
On Dan's arm, Tom got it in his wrist, and 3 of the 4, so me and 2 others, we still we got this tattoo. How old am I? 37. So maybe I got this tattoo like 17 years ago, and we 3 of us still go for a meal every month. We do a little curry club, and we still hang out. So it's really nice that we're still mainly
awesome.
We're mainly close.
Yeah. Oh, that's damn, that's beautiful. You're making me wish.
Do you have any tattoos?
I don't. I was about to say you're making me wish I had a tattoo.
Nerd.
I know. No, I've always wanted to get one. I'm just very picky. Yeah, it's I'd have to. I overthink things, so.
Yeah, fair. I don't when it comes to tattoos. It's ridiculous. I've got a.
I was going to say, what's the other one? Uh-huh.
Oh, so I have a heart on the inside of my thigh, which I asked the tattoo artist to pass me a Sharpie, and I just drew a heart on my leg, and I went, just that.
Yeah.
And that was it. He just repeated it, and he went, what if you got it wrong? I was like, then I'd have a shit heart on my thigh. That's it. And I got a T-Rex skull on my calf.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's because I'm fucking hard as nails. I got it while recording a podcast. So
are you serious?
Yeah. So wow. Joe, he's a big horror guy. I mentioned him earlier.
Yeah,
he's a tattoo artist. So I recorded our interview while he was tattooing me, and I videoed it. So I'm releasing that as a video episode at some point soon.
Oh my god. I respect that so much.
Yeah, just sat there and got it done while asking questions.
Yeah.
And I didn't make a single peep about it.
You know why? Because you're hard as nails.
Just because I'm hard as fucking nails.
That's right. So. Fucking man.
Tough guy. Big tough guy. Big tough guy.
I think I'm impressed that he was able to be interviewed while giving a, because it sounds like he's very great at what he does.
Oh,
yeah, that is a great dinosaur skull. Holy shit.
So yeah.
If I was trying to talk and do that at the same time, it would look it would look so bad.
And it wouldn't be finished. I'd be like,
Yeah.
Sorry.
You'd be like, Heather, why does this say Wes Anderson sucks? Why did you?
And then why does it say eggs, lemon curd, bread? It's it's a shopping list. I had to write that down, otherwise I forget. I'm so sorry.
Lemon curd sounds delicious.
Have you never had lemon curd?
No, I have. I'm like, that's why it sounds good. I'm a fan of lemony sweets. I like so.
I recently put a lemon sherbet air freshener in my truck. So cannot wait.
Oh my god.
Cannot wait to go for a drive.
A lemon sherbet sounds amazing. I love a lemon bar.
Oh yeah.
Those are delicious. So.
Lemon drizzle cake.
That I have not had that, but I would eat that. I would eat the shit out of that.
You know the sort of it's the wet icing kind of where it looks a bit like jizz, but it's just like icing, sugar, and water. It's just that.
Yes.
You know the kind.
I know. No, I immediately.
And then it's got lemon juice in that, and then you just drizzle that over a cake.
Yeah.
And then.
That sounds.
That's that.
You're mentioning the jizz. My brain went back to. I actually have a story, not about a jizz cake, but being stuck at a karaoke bar years ago, as back. I was not drunk enough. That was for sure, though, because I have a very clear memory of this. This girl who had dated, there's a local, I don't know, he may be retired now, this local lawyer that my husband and I know, who is a total perv, but he's honest about it. I respect him. Like,
good on him.
But he was into the OTO, which is tied with sort of Aleister Crowley, and he so, and she's like drunk, she's super drunk, and she's like, oh my god, he took me to this, and I'm like, it was OTO, and she's like, yeah, and we had to eat these jizz cookies, and because part of sex magic, where they make a wafer, like a sacramental wafer, but people have to ejaculate into it, and then cook it, which I think that flavor profile would be super nasty, personally. And knowing some of the locals around here, yeah, that's a no. That is a no. I don't want, that's the nope. Nope. But her just being like, a jizz cookie, and like, while some
jizz cookie,
while some sorority girls on stage like singing, my humps or whatever. It was an interesting night. For sure. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So if somebody invites you to an OTO ritual and they offer you a wafer, you just know that it's probably got some baked semen in it.
Yeah. I don't usually gross out that easily, and that is sent me right off.
It's nasty, especially because I don't think that would bake well. Like, I don't even think that would. I think that's gross on like multiple levels. Like strangers' bodily fluids. Little nasty. Not kink shaming. I'm just saying, for me personally.
No,
but baking it.
I feel like if those fluids interact with you during a moment,
that's
all bought and paid for,
right.
But if there was a moment where there was jizz and then that was held for baking purposes only, don't touch the jizz in the fridge. That's I'm making some jizz wafers later.
Gross.
So
so gross.
You can have some of the speculoos instead. Go for those.
Yes.
Like, I just don't like that idea that there's just this little, you know how you get all your cooking bits ready? So I got my cinnamon, I got my sugar, I got my flour. Mm-hmm. What else am I missing? A carafe of cum. That's what I'm missing. I need to go get my carafe of cum.
Well,
and it's like, no.
And to be honest, I kind of think a lot of people that are into, not everybody, but I think a lot of the people, particularly this guy that we know, was more into that less for any sort of philosophical reasons or any spiritual reasons, that because like I've read a bit about in some of Aleister Crowley's books, and like he's a fascinating guy, and he had some really cool I mean, you have to go past all the image shit, and like there's some good stuff there, but one of the things is like he encouraged people to be seekers and not to stick to one thing.
Yes.
So it's weird to me that there's all these people like, no, you have to do it this way. This is what he said. And I'm like, I don't think that's really what he meant. But I also think you guys are just looking for an excuse to like eat jizz cookies, but you want to make it mystical. And,
it's the body.
It's and it's like, just, if you just want to eat a cum cookie, just eat it. Fuck. Like, don't be pretentious about it.
Go do it.
Just do it.
Was Crowley also the Order of the Nine Angles?
Probably. I don't know, but it wouldn't. He was, the thing is, like, he dabbled and was part of so many different sort of like hermetic stuff and secret societies. Like, he really like explored all kinds of different spiritual paths in his youth to kind of get the most amount of knowledge and experience, which I think is cool. Like, a lot of, he's kind of misunderstood, and some of that's his fault because he embraced the whole great beast image and all of that unsavory publicity. And I mean, he wasn't a saint, obviously, but I don't know who is.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, you can tell me that you can't dig up some fucking shite on everyone.
Yeah.
And I always love as well when they kick off about Satanism and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, it's about loving yourself and like being good with you, and everyone's like, yeah, it's so selfish, and it's like, no, Yeah, but not in a bad way. Like,
right. Like, how
if
do
you're
you...
good about... If you're good with you, then you're going to be kinder to others because of it.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. I mean, because that's the thing. Like, you should... if you don't take care of yourself, you know...
If you ain't going to love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anyone else?
Okay. Mother Roo. Okay.
Can I get an amen?
Yeah.
Right?
If I said amen, I'd burst into flames.
It's okay if you're quoting Rue.
Yeah. If it's out of the quotes, though, that's when the thunder, the screaming in Latin backwards, it's a whole mess.
You accidentally describe someone as amen, and you're like, oh, he was a man. Fuck, man! No, fuck! No. And you've said amen.
I'm on fire.
Fuck.
But you know what? Yeah. No jizz cookies, though.
No jizz cookies. So, what have you been watching recently?
Well, actually, I
Tank Girl, I'm guessing.
That was a little while back, actually.
Okay. It's only getting released now. It's still pre-release.
I know. Yeah, it's a beautiful release too. Like, they really kind of pulled out, in typical Vinegar Syndrome fashion, really pulled out a lot of the bells and whistles. And it's
Did they send you a copy?
Yes, I actually have it. It's in the dark shadows over there in the nestle of my room. But no, actually, I watched some of Jim Sharman's stuff in prepping for the projection booth, and that was so cool because in addition to his first film, Shirley Thompson versus the Aliens, which that's the main thing we got into, there was a film he made 2 years after Rocky called Summer of Secrets, and that film floored me. It's not very well known, but it really should be. And it's got Rufus Collins, who has a small part in Rocky as one of the Transylvanians, and Nell Campbell's in it, but looking very like blonde and like a regular kind of quote unquote sort of more normal looking beautiful woman. And she's great. And there's a fantastic, I want to say it was New Zealand, and I can't remember the name, but of the actor that plays like this older doctor, but his performance really floored me. He has like a physicality kind of like William Finley, who I love. I love William Finley. He was probably best known as Winslow Leach in Phantom of the Paradise. He's the titular Phantom of the Paradise. But Summer of Secrets it's a really beautifully made film, and there's a lot of... It's one of those things, if you look it up online, it'll just say, young couple encounters a mad scientist and his assistant, and he's trying to resurrect his dead wife, and things go awry. But that is... I mean, it's technically accurate, but it's really far from the truth. Yeah. I mean, it's a really... beautiful and very sad film. It's incredibly melancholy, but also really gorgeous. Like, Jim Sharman is such a great director with fluidity with his camera work and his camera movements and composition. And it's just, it's one where I'm like, I immediately need to rewatch this just to kind of soak it up more and more. So that's the one that's kind of been on my brain this week, is Summer of Secrets.
Well, that's some good stuff. Do you have anything that you're sort of... I know that the Tank Girl release is sometime this month, so do you have anything you want to plug?
Sure. I will plug my... I guess my Linktree, because that's kind of has everything on it. Linktree.com/Mondo Heather. That has my website. I recently did an article that's a tribute to Udo Kier, because we lost him last month, and I love Udo Kier, and that actually kind of also has some key moments for me as a young film lover, and as an adult film lover now. So yes, I have a Patreon. I recently did a piece on the early 70s adult gay film Hollywood Cowboy, which was a lot of fun. And it's kind of got some rough-hewn charm about it, and random fisting.
Random fisting.
Random,
Christ, not even prepared for it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. But it just appears. Like, there's some weird editing, which I go into in the article. Editing things, and for like a few seconds, there's like all of a sudden there's somebody saying hi to somebody.
Elbow deep. Yeah.
almost. Like, it was, it was like, goddamn. Respect.
Where does it go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where's it? Be like...
Up the butt. That's where it goes. It goes up the butt.
It goes through a hole where you could say hello to somebody. I guess. I don't know. I'm not an expert on these things, but yeah, Hollywood Cowboy is a cute film. I'm currently working on a video essay for my YouTube. The most recent one I did is I did a little one about Romeo and Juliet, because not only just because I'm on the Vinegar Syndrome release, but because I think it's a great film. I think it's got a absolute dynamite cast. I think it's well written, and I just think it's a really charming movie. So.
Lovely stuff. Well, I'll make sure I put all your link tree and everything in the description notes so everyone can go check you out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming on and speaking to me. It's been a wonderful 3.5 hours. If I've cut this down any shorter than that, you've missed out on gold.
Yes. So you'll just have to be left wondering, what did I miss? You'll never know. We're like that 8-hour cut of Greed by Eric von Stroheim. So
maybe we could, that's what I do a Patreon of. I could do all the uncut episodes, but then I don't like the idea that those uncut episodes would be out there in the ether somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe it's just nobody's business.
Someone's fucking business.
That's
You're lucky
right.
I post anything.
Yeah, that's right. You ingrates.
Fucking losers listening to me. Desperate for my attention.
I hope I haven't made this a total nightmare to edit for you, though. Oh, no. Okay. Cool.
No.
I'm just making sure.
It's been fine.
Okay. Oh, cool. You're welcome. I don't
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for gracing me. So thank you very much. And so hopefully see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
This has been a Lovable Rogue Productions podcast. Thank you to everyone that listened. If you want to help out your life in film, then download it, like it, share it, and give the pod a follow. I didn't realise till starting this that a download is the way they measure success and not just a listen. So, listening means nothing. Make sure you check out my guests on their socials, which will be in the description of the episode. Take a look at my letterbox. I've made a list of all the films that have been mentioned on the pod. There's fucking hundreds. So you can find some good films there. Yeah, there are some good ones. There's some fucking weird ones, and I love them. Quick shout out to some of the podcasts I'm listening to. Caliber 9 from Outer Space. That's Robin Joe's. That's really good. And then The Villain Was Right. That's a great fun. Check that out. If you really want to be a mensch, give me that money. There's a link in the description. It'll explain it all. But a download and a share is excellent, and I actually appreciate that a lot more than you'd think. We currently have no sponsors, but I am open to them. I'll shill anything. I don't care. This has been a Lovable Rogue production. Thank you for listening.